I'm gonna start bringing things up and move over to this screen. Oops. How are we doing today, everybody?
Just great.
I felt weird.
How
I
are
didn't do my usual intro.
I just saw your transition though. It was
No, I forgot to see. The thing is, I have to. You bastard!
cool.
No, that's the one I use for changing over to battles, and so if I don't manually change it from motion to fade at the beginning of the stream, I always forget about it. I was like, no, that's why I went. Damn it, under my breath.
Well, everyone saw it, so good job.
Yep. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. How are you guys? Doing good?
Good. How are you?
Very.
I'm good, man. I'm missing Breebun today. Dodger's here. She just Clark woke up, so she's just off with Clark at the moment. But no Bree today. She's out of town until next week. She'll be back next week for the episode before we take a week break. And has anyone got anything they want to shout out before we begin?
No.
Okay.
I don't do anything.
You don't do anything?
Do things.
No.
Shout out to not doing stuff.
Shout out to all my emotes finally being done.
Hey!
They're really
so excited.
really good.
Yeah. They're so much better than I even imagined they would be.
Shout out to this cold ramen.
Hey!
That's kind of sad.
Cold?
Well, I mean, if it's still good, that's fine, right?
Scold ramen.
But like, I know he owns a microwave or anything. Like that's such a fucking sad thing to eat.
I think is it method acting like you're getting into the Fjordhelm vibe?
Maybe I should microwave them. Yeah, maybe you should fucking do anything but eat it cold, bud.
Hey, John, I'm gonna microwave these.
Yeah, that's absolutely okay. I don't know why. He's
that
2
is the
rooms
most
away from
vile
the microwave.
fucking thing.
He's 2 rooms away from it. He didn't need to sit there eating it cold. Well, while Sam microwaves his cold ramen and Dodger helps put her kid to bed, welcome out to episode 70 of Godforged. We have just arrived in a new region of the land of Verith, in a place known as Fjordhelm.
Remind me where we landed on this map.
Yes,
It's
actually, do
cool.
you know what? Whilst we've got a minute here, I will show the map on stream. So that,
Oh yeah.
so that way. This
Very
is
cool.
Fjordhelm. So, well, actually, it's only western for Fjordhelm. Technically, there's an eastern portion of Fjordhelm as well, but I imagine you're not going to go there, or if you do, we'll make a new map for that.
Hey guys, let's go there
Yep, that's fine.
right away.
Oh,
you know what the hardest thing to do was?
Map that's not.
The hardest thing to do was I've already got Fjordhelm on the major map, right? So having to draw the shape of it exactly around took me about 20 tries. But I eventually got there. You've landed at Hornfall. So you've gone down the kind of the icy rivers and banks there. That is kind of pretty wide there. You don't really see the land unless you go to the closest distance. You're at Hornfall. You had a choice between Evereld, Hornfall, Hroth, or Vindhall.
Okay, to give me a sense of scale, how long would it take to walk to Hroth?
From
I don't know
Hornfall,
how big.
2 days.
Okay.
2 days. Yeah, it's still pretty big up here, but about a couple of days on the road. So to get up to home from here is going to be about 3 days. Depending on the weather as well. The weather makes a difference up here in Fjordhelm because it is wintry and slow, and without the correct apparatus, it can be a difficult...
Do we have anything to help us control the weather? Because
Dude,
technically I can't control snow because it's not water anymore.
Cold resistance, bud.
I don't have that, man.
Imagine not having any cold.
Imagine not being cold resist in the Fjordhelm mark. That's so...
Hey, Aaron has every temperature resistance. Thank you.
That's true, actually,
Yeah.
Way of equilibrium kind of pushes him out, right? Okay, well, we can begin with the recap. Last time we did wisdom. So this time... No, we didn't. We did con.
Yeah.
So this
I
time...
lost the wisdom one,
Definitely
surprisingly.
wisdom. We should do con this time.
Which one did we do last time? Well, it was con, wasn't it?
Oh God, I don't
We
know.
can scroll up for a second. We didn't do that many.
It was definitely con. I'm just trying to say.
I lost the wisdom one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember losing the wisdom one, and I was so ashamed.
Well, that's because we re-rolled the wisdom one, though, didn't we? You technically
Yeah.
lost strength and dex. Go ahead and do an intelligence check.
I'm not intelligent.
21. Oh, sorry. Check, not
I
save.
believe in you.
Just a check, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Let me redo mine.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Let me redo mine.
All right.
Yeah.
Misclicked it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
No. Do I still roll just once? I don't roll twice? Right?
You just roll once.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Looking like it is tomato.
Yeah, whatever. It seems like if anyone tries to roll against their best stat, they just lose by default.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
You know
It's
who's
the
not
one
here yet
time
and
you
hasn't
think you're
rolled
gonna
yet?
like be
Fucking
fine.
Dodger, we're gonna have to wait, dude.
That's
We're
true.
gonna have to wait. She's trying to dodge the intro, dude.
Oh
If
shit.
Dodger doesn't arrive in
Cheater.
the next 30 seconds, she'll get disadvantage on next week's roll.
Bro, I'll tell you right now,
She's
putting
not
Clark back to bed is a far worse punishment.
Yeah,
than
that's true.
reading
Yeah,
that
that's
book.
yeah.
Kid's
Yeah.
on a warpath.
Yeah, I wouldn't let her do both. That's evil.
Yeah.
Nah.
No. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'll wait.
Don't
Dude, I
worry.
have to read a paragraph, dude. Fucking what? Like, come on. This is.
I have to read.
I have to read a paragraph of something, dude. It's fucking BS.
All right. All right, Joe, roll for her, and if she gets the lowest, I'll do it.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
But she still gets disadvantage next week.
She gets disadvantage. 'Cause She wasn't present. She gets
If
disadvantage.
she makes Sam rate it, she's got to be punished somehow, yeah?
I think. Oh
I'm
no.
telling you already, her
no, hold on.
punishment is very great.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Hold on. This is 1 second because she's
You
actually
should
got.
have to read it if you miss the episode.
This is going to be her intelligence.
Next.
Uh,
that
1,
you know
2,
what
3. It's a +3 just because she's actually still midway through leveling her character up. So I don't want to make that up. This is her intelligence roll. It would have been Dodger.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought, dude. That's what I fucking thought. I don't even hate the idea of reading the intro. I just hate the idea of losing a roll. So.
And your best stat too.
Yeah, exactly. I hate the idea of losing an int.
All right.
Okay.
Go on now.
I'm crying.
Go on now.
Should I begin?
Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Wait.
It's going to sound
Last
like
we left
Fabio.
off, we set out on a journey to Fjordhelm. On the way, we traveled through an unnatural storm that passed by within moments, leaving icy creatures upon the ship. Now the Scarlet Ballad. We continued onward to Hornfall, but before docking there, we drifted by a landscape of frozen corpses and longships upon the open water. The shores of Fjordhelm would be full of beauty, but also, most notably, wondrous danger.
God, that scold voice, though.
Let's go. So, your ship, having drifted through the western waters, coming in past the crested coast, going southward, in between the Isle of Sonar and western Fjordhelm, has now slowly drifted through like a slight sheet of ice. The way to kind of imagine the shoreline here is it's not entirely blanketed with snow. You've got snow in any kind of high-rise portion on any of the buildings. But they only get light drifted snow at this time of the year. It's more kind of like southern Greenland, where it's still kind of patchy of grass, very kind of dirt rich, but rocky and kind of small territorial like that. But snow kind of drifts around the area here on the terrain. As you kind of slowly docking, you can see people in fishing ships as you go past, throwing nets into the water. They stop to watch you, eyeing the ship as it just slowly drifts past. The sail's now up. You pull in to a dockyard that seems a little bit too small for a ship this size. The other ships around this dockyard look more like they're longships or fishing ships, trawls and whatnot. The people on the shoreline, you get kids gathering, but then their parents come, pull them back away quickly. Mothers pulling their children away. But they're gaping up at the size of the ship. You can see most things here are simply one deck. As you see people start to gather on the shoreline, the fishermen start to move away from the kind of the dockyard where they're carrying today's catch. Halio kind of rushes up to your group on top of the ship and goes, by the way, I'd keep the use of magic to a minimum here. Alright? People up here, they don't really trust magic as much up here.
Okay. Cool.
Just be careful. Alright?
Like when we go to jail?
Oh no, they don't have jails up here. No.
They just kill us?
Probably.
They'd kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kill you.
Yeah.
The point is to just do magic that's scary enough that no one tries.
Yeah, that's fine.
That also works. Warn us if you're gonna do that, all right? Okay.
Okay.
You see, kind of gathering on the shoreline now. Probably about a dozen or so, and then a few more trickle in. The fishermen that you saw before you, now gathering weapons, axes, spears. Some even carrying their fishing nets, kind of just ready for battle. And amidst them, a half-orc steps forward. He's wearing kind of furs that are like white and matted with kind of a hood that's kind of wrapped around with rope interlaced into it. You see him step forward. He's missing his right arm. It's kind of tied in a knot. On his left arm is a large hammer. You can see kind of almost like a set of tools around his belt. Blacksmith tools. He's got like a kind of a smaller hammer and kind of a chisel and various kind of like prongs and stuff wrapped around this small, almost apron-like thing around his waist. But he kind of steps forward away from the group. Who lands at the shore? Friend or foe? Harbloom kind of looks to you guys. Oh. She steps up. Friend, we don't mean no harm.
Scott will put his hand on her shoulder, like almost to silence her, and then he'll like descend off the boat onto the dock.
You see, he steps down. A few of the guys will look up at you, and they kind of grip a little tighter. And go ahead and roll an insight check, Scott.
Okay. Ooh, only an 11.
It's hard to kind of get the impression of what they're kind of looking at you with. At the very least, you can see that whereas most people, when they see a Krigven, especially in the south, in Westmore and over in Wolfguard, it's an unlikely sight. It kind of takes them a moment to kind of draw you in and go, right, there's a bear in front of me. These guys look less worried about that. They look more used to the kind of sight of it.
Yeah.
You see the man at the front, the half-orc, kind of looks up to you. A Krigven traveling on a ship like this. Unusual?
Scott will just be like tying the boat to the moors with rope.
He knocks his hammer against the deck once to make like a loud clang. Krigven.
He'll stand fully, like, present himself and, like, turn his head.
What purpose do you have in Hornfall?
Visiting.
Kind of eyes up at the cannons.
Got food?
Got trade?
He'll produce, like, a bag of coins. Probably just a small bag, provisionary bag that he carries around, maybe 10 gold. And he'll toss it towards the half-orc.
Leans down, picks up, opens it. Puts it onto his belt. Alright. And he points over to a couple people behind him. Help tow the boat. And you see a couple of them kind of look uneasily for a moment and then step around and walk over and start helping you tie it up. Or people on top of the ship look down at you.
Look up at the captain, Heartbloom,
We're good.
She smiles down to you, like, kind of thankfully. Okay. Everyone behave whilst you're here, of course. Don't do any mischief. Probably best not to leave the ship unless you need to, okay? All right. She looks across to your group. All right, well... what do you want us to do?
Just stay on the ship?
Staying on the ship would be good. I wouldn't go wandering.
Well, a few of you could get supplies.
Yeah.
We used a lot on the trip.
Maybe stick to the tavern and the market.
Maybe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like maybe Halio can get some supplies. And...
Seafood's good.
We'll get used to the fish. I'm sure it'll be lovely. We won't make any trouble. And keep the drinking to a minimum, lads. All right? Okay. Should we just wait here for you? Or...
Yeah, I mean, I think...
You can get in contact with us.
Yeah.
I
think
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that we're going to just set out right away, right? So we'll probably have time to let you know what our plans are beyond this.
Okay. Well, good luck out there. I'll get everyone ready and make sure that everyone knows the rules here. And she slips past you and kind of tips her hat and heads over to kind of start informing the crew how to behave.
Okay.
The town itself, closer to a village in its design, is a kind of thatch roofs, built almost triangular, taking up any kind of portion they can of land. Building around their means. Not as much flat land here, so some of the houses are kind of crooked and built on like an edge, and designed to kind of fit around that. But around all of the houses, you'll notice that every single house is kind of being built onto flat stone. And between each of the houses and the walkways, you find these rounded stepping stone paths. It's almost been kind of like chiseled out and clean, this kind of slated stone. Built all around the town. You've probably got a town that could probably fit a couple hundred people. More in a time of a battle, they'd probably call in any of their locals as well. But that's kind of a considerable size in a place like Fjordhelm, where you mostly come across villages and whatnot. It has a great hall in the distance, which you can kind of see built, standing upright, lifting into the sky, and smoking out coming out of it. You see this great horn. It's like half the size of the ship. It's massive. This horn goes all the way out. Kind of built of like an ivory and wood as it kind of wraps around it. Almost the size of a tree itself. It comes out looking like a chimney, smoking from the great hall longhouse at the kind of center on the highest slated rock piece. In the actual town itself, you would see kind of a series of larger buildings, which you can kind of deem to be closer to homesteads and whatnot. Sorry, my camera's lagging a little bit for some reason. But you'd see that most of the people who are kind of coming in and out go into the longhouse and wrap around that. And that's where the kind of drinking and kind of celebrations go on. But out here, where you are right now, is far closer to a dockyard and kind of a fishing village area. The fishermen around you, Scald, after they help tie up, immediately go back to kind of their work, putting their weapons down. You see they all keep their weapons pretty close to themselves at all times. And you'd have seen like carpenters and tailors and fishermen all coming tow when they came up to kind of stand off against you. You arrived in Hornfall. They seem pleasantly surprised to see you, and the town is yours. What do you want to do?
Time of day is it?
First, before we depart, Alward would go up to Heartbloom and ask ever so politely, mind if I borrow some rope? About 60 feet of it. 60 feet of chain as well, if you have any, and some cannonballs.
Oh, sounds like you're going to have a party. Okay, we can do that. I'll go get that sorted for you. Okay, sure. How many do you need?
3 or 4. No more than that.
Okay. And you see her kind of head off, get a couple of the big burlier guys, and then Lug helps as well. And moments later, you'd see Lug has the chain wrapped around his shoulder. Some of the other guys bring up the rope to you. And whereas like each of the guys is carrying, put down a cannonball each, Lug just has 2 held in his open palm. He goes, puts one on. There you go.
Great. Where's our bag of holding? We have a bag, right? We have one of those, right?
We do.
Fabia has one.
He'd put the chain in the bag of holding because that's much bulkier and not something he'd want to carry around on him. He'd coil the rope around his shoulder or something, and then he'd sort of put the cannonballs in his satchel because it's only 3 of them. They're not like gigantic. These are like
what size cannonball did you want?
Probably a small, probably not like the gigantic shipbuster cannonball. Probably like one that's not colossal in scale.
You'd see as they bring out the 2 big ones, and then Lag realizes and goes, okay. Just kind of puts them into his own little satchel and then goes back and gets a bunch of the smaller ones for you.
Yeah, he wants smaller ones. And then he put those in his bag.
Cool. All right.
Oh, also, I want to establish with you, because it's just going to be the thing now, I have permanent detect magic, basically.
Yes.
So that's just on all the time.
Okay.
Like, that doesn't cost me a spell slot. It is just a permanent
Every time it goes down,
until I choose to drop it.
Okay. If you're just going to keep casting every now and then, that's fine with me.
That's huge.
Let me just put... Oh, just come on. There you go. And cool. Okay. Hi, Dukes. No, you haven't really missed anything. You've just...
I just got the rundown. Don't do magic. People don't like magic.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
But your mage
Got it.
hands are invisible. Just saying.
What magic? I'm just a
What?
simple rogue.
On the dockyard nearby as well, as you're kind of coming off of the ship at a ward, you notice that among the people, they've got children, they've got humans, dwarves. It's a very human-based town, but there's half-orcs and whatnot walking around as well. You do notice one thing. You see one, what seems to be a child at first until they turn around because they're wearing a big woolly coat in a similar way with the hood up. You see a Lokavat, who is kind of fishing with a kind of a long rod and putting it over, and occasionally catching a small fish. Quite efficient at it as well, and popping it in a little satchel. Kind of carrying over, helping lift some of it.
Alwar would definitely go up to them.
Okay.
You there?
You right?
Where's your tribe? Are you alone here?
I didn't know I would see anyone around here. I mean, any of us, I mean. No, I got exiled long ago.
Exiled. Been there.
Oh, you too,
puts
huh?
his hand up to high five him.
It brings out, just you hear this like little slap sound. All right, well, that's good to hear. Yeah, no, I haven't seen our kind in a while. Yeah, they didn't like
Don't
the
come
fact
down
that...
this far, huh?
No, not this often, no. I mean, I saw one a few years back, but I think he got lost. No, they don't like the clothes I wear, I don't really like the cold.
Yeah. Mm.
What about you?
Well,
What got you exiled?
A mix of things.
Right.
Couldn't.
He looks at the fucking 12-foot, like, that's like sparking lightning.
Oh, I got exiled before I had this. Yeah, I can't.
All right, well. Right. You sticking around then? Plenty of fishing?
No,
Oh.
no. I'm heading north.
Right.
I have some business to take care of.
Mum's the word. And he just winks to you. I get you. I don't, but your business is your own. Well, good to see you. Welcome back. What's it like over there?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Over.
I mean, you came on a ship, right?
It's
You come from
boring. You mean not on the ship where I was before I was on the ship, yes?
Were you somewhere sunny?
No, it was a shithole. Same as this
Oh.
place, honestly. Really, it was just less snow, more corpses and trees.
Right.
Not much nicer. Honestly, I don't know if there's anywhere nicer than here. Anywhere in the world, which is frankly depressing, very sad.
I've heard stories of a beach. Sun. I can only imagine it. Place where I don't have to wear clothes. Get it
I don't know if Adel like, do we wear pants? I'm assuming we wear pants.
Yeah, you wear so your people wear kind of light clothing. If they're going swimming, they probably don't wear as much. They wear kind of light clothing. It's unusual to see one so heavily dressed because you have a natural blubber to you, so you don't really need to protect from the cold. It's more of a polite thing. This guy seems to have like several layers on. He's kind of got layer after layer on. He's kind of puffing out even bigger.
Does he have like little mittens?
Yeah, he's entirely covered up except for his face. Yeah.
Speaking of clothes, why are you bundled up like that? I always assumed most of us stayed warm just from eating enough.
Yeah, I mean, mostly, but I don't know. I've got a good metabolism, so I'm rather thin, and I don't really like the cold. It bites a little bit too hard. I don't like swimming in it. I don't really like doing much things around it. So, try to warm up. They thought it was weird. I had an argument. They left without me.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like what would happen. Hey, listen, what's your name?
Oh, I'm Doug.
Doug. All right, Doug. How about you head on over there? Adelward's gonna point over to the ship. Are you a proficient fisherman? Can you fish?
Yeah, you're goddamn right I can.
Right. Go and find a captain named Heartbloom. I'm not going to let an exile stay in the middle of in a shithole like Fjordhelm. They're gonna be heading south, certainly at some point. Maybe you can catch a ride.
Wow, I'm gonna have to collect all my things. He turns around and just picks up a box. Right. That ship over there.
Yeah, that big one over there.
I don't know what to say.
Well, just make sure you actually make yourself useful over there. I'm not gonna let you just be some scrounger on a ship that I barely have any right to enlist you on.
Right. So I can't bring friends.
We all waved from the ship.
No.
Right, okay.
No friends.
Well,
no friends. You must cast your old life aside, just like you did when you were exiled.
Sounds fair to me. Right. If you say this, son, I'll go.
I don't know if we're actually going somewhere anytime soon.
Alio is gonna take this guy for everything he's got in card games and shit. Oh, poor Doug.
Well, I hope you get your business
Somebody
done.
warn him.
And nice. Good to see you. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Great.
I didn't even give him my name. He's just gonna say some penguin said.
+1 crew.
And then he slips past you and starts heading towards the ship. Well, they probably will just think it's you dressed up at first. And so he heads up, kind of climbs onto the ship, and you can kind of hear in the distance the kind of talking and whatnot, and they quickly accept him onto it. Yeah, you've added Doug to your crew.
Dude. Easy Doug.
Easy Doug.
The
Dude,
Dougie.
that's sad. Exile, that's sad, dude. I gotta get him on a crew. I gotta get him out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Aw.
He doesn't have a lightning spear to
Good guy,
defend himself.
Adelward.
No, he just fishes.
They have nice
Fishes.
beaches in Pennytown.
He's their protector. He told us.
Scald will wait for everyone else to disembark the ship, and then it would kind of say longhouse, and then kind of start heading over to the longhouse.
Just before you go as well, as Doug's kind of heading around, he immediately sees you and just drops his gear.
Oh no.
Right. I've got plenty of fish here, mate. You don't have to do anything, right? He kind of raised his hand. I don't fight, and I'm real lean. I mean, if that's a... Oh, no, they're not lean. I'm fatty.
Scald will lean down and get real close, and then with like 2 little claws, he'll pick up a fish and just drop it in his mouth and go, and then just stand up again and walk past him.
Right. And he just slips past, like sweating. You see him pull his hood down and like pat the back of his head and goes up onto the ship.
He'll look at Adelward and just like wink, and then just keep walking.
Okay.
Okay, what time of day is it?
What time of day? Probably about midday.
Okay.
So, you got the town. Where would you like to go in the town?
Real quick, above board, it's been a while and I have a terrible memory. What is in Fjordhelm again that we're looking for?
There's a few things. The thing I can tell you about, and then others can fill in. You discovered that back in the tomb of Magnathor, that two of the lieutenants of Magnathor, a Rakshazar and Abishai, Rakshazar being a kind of a devil tigress creature, and a Abishai is kind of a bipedal dragon-like creature. Imagine like a dragonborn if it was kind of evolved into being a bit of a darker creature. Both of those two went up to Fjordhelm. You know them to have rather recently been here, or they're somewhere around here. That's kind of one of your primary objectives, is to hunt them down.
Okay.
Otherwise, Adderwald and Skull have reason to be here.
Yeah, Alward's going north up the coast to find his tribe. That's kind of his short objectives that he's doing.
Do we think that from the tack call, do we think that Skuld's giant is here still?
No.
You have no idea. Okay.
You believe the giant have gone down to Valkyria. But the way into Valkyria is unknown.
Above board, one of Skull's goals here is to let his tribe know that that guy ain't coming back and move them somewhere else. Because they're waiting for no reason.
Oh, and Skuld got the belt, right? Like the king thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got quick missing. Yeah.
Gotta sort that shit out too.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's going to show up and be like, hi, I got this thing. It says I'm king. I don't want to be king. Who
Yeah, I'm
wants
also
it?
not gonna do it, and I gotta go. So you guys should move. All right.
Wow, he's so humble. He should definitely be king.
You know, it's always we should put the people in power who don't truly want the power. They're the best for the job. They won't be corrupted as easily, you know?
They don't want to abuse it.
Yeah.
Skull's gonna head to the
Anyway,
longhouse.
sorry.
Okay.
Wait, what is what is that?
The longhouse is basically the kind of the Lord's Hall. It's
okay.
a long kind of triangular-like building with a great horn coming out of it. Probably the size of like half the ship, like a giant's horn almost. And from that kind of emits smoke going to the sky. But it's got a large kind of double door and is on the kind of highest point in the center of the town. You'd be stepping up the stepping stones, going up to it. It's probably got the flattest land as well. You can see it's one of the first buildings that was built here. The Longhorn itself has the Longhouse, has people outside, kind of starting a fire just outside of it, cooking things, talking. And they look across to you as you kind of go past, nod their heads to you. The Longhorn's doors are open already. You can see straight down the middle of it is a great fire pit that's on right now, and people kind of sat around it, talking and drinking around these, rather sat next to the fire itself or sat around these tables which have kind of been pushed right next to it. Stools around both sides. Stairs at the end after a kind of a small kind of almost talking spot. There's a great rug across the ground. The rug's almost this kind of four-armed great beast with its mouth open, razor sharp cheek in it. Kind of like a large yeti. Rug has been ordained in front of this staircase leading up to like a kind of an oaken chair. In it, surrounded by loads of blankets and rugs herself, is a kind of mostly bald woman. She's got one tuft of hair that comes down here and is braided going over her shoulder. Tattoos kind of embedded into her head with a great scar across it that wraps around from her eyebrows all the way to the back of her head. This kind of three-clawed scar. She sits in it. She's got a kind of this kind of wolf rug over her shoulder that wraps around her front. Kind of leans back in her chair and she's got a tankard on it. You see various warmly dressed soldiers kind of sat around the bar. Their shields are rounded shields, painted, and their axes beside them. There's someone playing soft music in the side. This kind of almost like clarinet-looking instrument, but it's made of like leather, and they're kind of pulling this string back and forth on it. In front of her seat, as you go into the long hall, standing there on the rug in front, a man wearing kind of a dark brown robe over one of his shoulders, a cloak, and underneath it kind of wearing these brownish furs. Mostly at this point you see like white furs across a lot of the soldiers here. This one seems to stand out as a little bit different. Black hair tied back behind his head and kind of braided going down. And he's listening to her. She leans back. So what you're telling me is you can't offer shit? None of your people ever could. Cloth. Pathetic. Go back to your Jarl. Tell him that if he would like, perhaps I'll marry him. A third husband. I'll take over Horoth. Take over anything you have there. Settle this dispute. If he's lucky, maybe I'll even pay attention to him. We can share my bedchamber once a month, maybe. If I feel like it. Tell him that. You see the man stand in front. The Jarl? He's asking for your surrender.
Oh no.
He is giving the following terms. I do not give a shit about your Jarl's terms. Tell him this. My terms are an axe or a marriage. Simple, isn't it? His terms. Hammerfall will be run by you. Under his command. And he is not interested in marriage. His sons will take over after you are dead. Your children will be counselors. They will expand this territory, make it stronger. You'll be paying a small tax towards Roth. She leans back with a smile. A small tax. Go and have a drink. You're far too sober right now. Go. He bows his head and kind of moves over to one side of the hall. Pours himself a tankard. You see, like, they come along and he tries to grab, like, one of the larger jugs. They're like, no. A cheap ale for you. And gives him, like, a small tankard. He pours it into it. Sits there drinking himself. She looks up, seeing as you guys have entered into the hall. Who's going with Skuld into the long hall?
Well, Skuld was near Adelward.
All of us?
So
Yeah, I think all of us would go, right?
Yeah. Kind of stood in the entrance now with the light coming in from outside. She sits back in a chair. Looks across to the bard. Stop. It seems we have guests. A lot of the kind of the northerners here turn their heads and look towards you. Those sat on tables around the edge of the area can just lean their axe a little closer and watch you. Do you want to approach, friends? I can't get a good look at you.
Skuld will turn to the group and nod for them to.
You would have been walking before you
approach.
nodded.
Yeah, you would have.
You would have walked around.
Yeah. Anyone who hesitated, Skuld would be like, "Come on."
You kind of walk past all of the drinking. You see all of the heads are just like turned towards you, and it's quiet now in this hall. Just the crackling of the fire can be heard. It's like kind of watching the group of a just unusual group as you kind of step round to the front. What a weird group of people. What are you, merchants?
Hunters.
Hunters? What prey are you looking for?
A beast new to these lands.
And he'll kind of throw some coin to the Jarl.
He smiles.
You...
Keep your coin. I'm not in need of it. Spend it around my town. I'd much prefer my people have it.
As you wish. A beast new to these lands. Any unfortunate events happening recently?
Depends what you mean. The only beasts I mostly deal with are those down in Hroth. But There have been some strange happenings, yes.
May we bend your ear?
I can bend your stomach with drink. I don't trust anyone who's sober.
Works for me.
All right.
I like this lady.
Drinks for our guests.
Thank you for the hospitality.
She looks across to the guests. You dour fucks, give them a warm welcome. And you just see them just kind of raise their mugs to you and kind of push them down. And a couple of them get up and go, oh, you start kind of bringing drinks over to you. And one puts his arms around you, Scott. A Crickven, here. Coming so far south. Good to see you. For a moment there, I thought Frothard might have tried to recruit your kind. Get them drinks. Others come over with it. She goes, but something a bit better than this. And starts playing kind of more upbeat music as drinks begin to be served around, the crackling of the fire, people coming in. She points to a table and they kind of move it to get you guys set out from it. Others are kind of just chatting and talking about it. You see, you can eavesdrop a lot of people who are kind of discussing who they could probably take in a fight and like joking around with it or insulting each other and whatnot. Always kind of a little bit boisterous with it. The table's kind of set up for you, and it's fairly close to where she is sat in her seat. She smiles, kind of looks down to you, and climbs off, grabs a stool, and sits down at your table, puts her elbows up. So, you're in the area to join the Great Hunt, I suppose.
I've heard of this great hunt, but had no plans to join it.
No? So just hunting?
Unless it's a worthwhile endeavor.
Does it go north? Is the hunt going north? Because I'm going north. Elward looks to the whole group when he asks that.
Northeast.
What? I'm not really from here. What's hunted? What do you...
Ah, that's the beauty of it. Anything you need to be hunted.
You just had a direction and...
No. No. The Great Hunt is a festival. Up here in Fjordhelm, among my people. The greatest hunters travel the land or beyond, bring back a creature, take it all the way to Karlvast, in the center of Fjordhelm. The most impressive kill wins. The best thing about the hunt, though. Do you go for a bigger prey? Something more dangerous? It means you have to drag it all the way to Karlvast, into the open wilds. Bigger things hunt bigger things. You carry a large enough carcass, you might get eaten on the way. It's all about strategy. What is smart, but also sizable. I assumed you were part of the Great Hunt. I offer you drinks freely, because this might be your last days on Earth.
We pursue more dangerous foe.
Interesting. My children do the same. They're looking for the Great Hunt now, but they boast about it. So what's your prey?
Magnathor.
You see, like, there's a silence around the tables nearby, and she goes, get back to your fucking drinks, you eavesdroppers. Magnathor.
Scott will like begin to regale the tale poorly and probably often refer to Basil to let him do the storytelling, but a loose like, here's what we've been doing.
Okay.
We've chased Magnathor. We found Magnathor. We killed his general. We've chased the general here.
She takes a drink, and then...
He knows how much these humans love their tales.
Save on to the details. We'll play a drinking game tonight. A game we play here called Boast. You'd be good at it with the stories you tell. Interesting. you see a young child that kind of resembles, has a kind of a similar appearance to her. It looks weirdly familiar to you guys. Comes over and pours her a drink. And she goes, Tychus, go and join your sister.
What's his name?
Tychus.
Your children. Boy and girl.
I have 4. 2 boys, 2 girls.
What are their names?
Tychus, Irithil. She's named differently. And my other ones are Tyra and the boy.
Tyrus?
Tyrus. I get them mixed up.
Yeah.
Is the naming conventions funny?
We know of them.
We know that.
Saved them recently, in fact, from a frost giant's dinner.
We just saw them in Wolfguard.
Is that right? Save them.
They traveled on my boat. Our boat. He looks at the group.
We actually met them down in where was it? Fuck, Steel Harbor.
Steel
right?
Harbor.
Is that where we met them? Yeah, we met them down in Steel Harbor and hired them to come with us to Wolfguard. And we parted ways in Wolfguard, and then found them again, almost to Frost Giant's dinner.
And you're telling me you saved them from the Frost Giant?
They are really keen to fight
Yes, of course they are.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. You could say they like to bite off more than they can chew.
Good. They are
Survivors, though. They're still alive. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I know. They came through here.
Oh! Good. Well, they made it. That's great.
They headed
So
northward.
now they're wait. So now they're off on the Great Hunt right now.
Yes. I mean, that was practice where they went.
Oh.
Wanted to see the world before settling down. You know, my children, look at that destiny coming wrapped around together. Well, get them the better air. They saved my spawn, why not? You see one of them come over.
The better ale. Lord looks at his already half drink. How many more ales you have?
We have 4 types. One I drink, one I give to best guests, one I give to everyone, and one I give to Hroth.
One you gave to that guy.
Yes, it is mostly water.
Yeah. Nice.
Very well. So you hunt Magnathor. That is quite the prey. You think he's in Fjordhelm?
More precisely, we think 2 of his lieutenants are in Fjordhelm.
Right. Can I help you with them?
Have you seen or heard of a Rakshazad and Abishai traveling around at all?
I'm not familiar with these terms.
Like a devilly cat person and a kind of meaner looking like dragon person, like a dragonborn, but like
A dragon and a devil.
meaner.
I'm not sure about that description, but there is a winter demon here. Something's been causing much upset around Fjordhelm.
Oh, we saw there was a blizzard that came by our ship, and then there were I don't know, ice elementals or something, some sort of ice creatures and little flying ones. And then as we actually sailed in, it was like we were sailing over ice, and there were ships that were frozen and people kind of frozen in place.
We've heard rumor. Hasn't reached this far south as far as we know. But this ice demon is killing people.
You know where it is?
Not specifically. But I imagine northward.
Maybe I'll bring that to your Grey Hunt.
Interesting. Well, maybe we'll look out for it.
So, Hroth. Human
Yes.
town?
Like us. An old town.
They said that weakling to talk to you?
That's right, I did.
Disrespectful.
To ask if they could just have your surrender?
We've been at war with them for decades. This is a common practice. A boisterous showing of affairs between two towns. Well, by the way, just to break out for a second, we are dropping a lot of frames right now. So give me 1 second. Let's see if I can sort that out. For some reason. Imagine it's on Twitch's end.
Boo.
Sorry if anyone's getting any lag in the chat. Quickly, I'll try and sort it. Otherwise, you might just have to wait for it to fade. Weird. I think it's probably going to be a Twitch server because I am not seeing any issues on my end. Sorry about that. That's 2 secs.
Sounds about right for Twitch.
Is it mine? No, I don't know. 1 sec.
You dropping frames?
Yeah, we lost 25% at the moment.
You're fine on Discord.
Yeah, that sounds like it's a Twitch thing. I can't change servers
Also,
on Twitch
I have the
midway
stream
through,
open.
right?
It looks okay.
No,
You'd have to restart
cut
stream. We can take a break.
Yeah, I could quickly restart. See if changing server ends it. Give me 1 second and we'll do that. I'll go to a break screen and then I'll just quickly double check. Sorry about that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
It worked.
Nope.
hold on.
Does it
Has it
matter?
stopped now?
It's because Dodger came back. She fixed it.
My magic?
That is weird. The moment you came back,
No,
it
we
kind of
can't
did
do
stop.
magic. They don't like
Don't tell the people of Fjordhelm. They don't like it.
Yeah, we'll leave it as is now, so I don't have to split the VOD up. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, no, she looks across to you all, and actually, 1 second, 1 moment. It might have been roll 20. I don't know that. She looks across and kind of leans back in her chair. It is said that people are going missing, ships and whatnot. We thought it might have been the witches of Everlead. Usually when something goes wrong, it's to do with them. But if you hunt this creature, nice demon, bring it there. I'm sure you might even win a prize. Hroth, however, that is another matter. If you want to help with that, you can. Understandable.
War keeps the blood warm, as they say.
It does. Keeps your people from going
Not the
green.
only thing to do out here.
If you
I'd hate to solve all your problems for you.
should,
You'd get bored
I would.
and fat.
Can't be having that. Ah, I like you. I like you all. This is good. Well, you might as well stay for an extra day or so. It's going to be a blizzard. Once that passes, it'll be safe to travel north. But I'll warn you, the blizzard does bring out some unkindly things. There'll be supplies for you to travel north. She's looking at anyone but Scold and Adwood. In town if you'd like to purchase them. Well, if you have any questions about anything, you let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the ale. We'll play a game of Boast later. If you can handle your drink, that is. Looks at you, Timothy.
Love that Timmy's the one who scoffed. That's so good.
It's already 5 drinks in before I came here.
There's a couple of dwarves in town that might also put up a bit of a fight then.
We'll see.
We'll see how good that whole stomach of yours is. Alright. And she looks right at you, Adwood. I've never seen a look of that drink. Do you?
Oh, I do. I do plenty of that. We don't have alcohol in the tribes, though. It takes getting exiled to get anywhere near stuff like this.
That is a story for Boast, I am sure. Good. Well, can do drinks. If you need anything, come to my throne. She gets up, pushes the chair beside, goes over and kind of grabs a kid and gives him a nugget on the head and pulls him up and takes him over to the throne and starts kind of playing a little game with her kid. Leaving you guys around your table.
You should
Sorry,
listen to
I
what
fell
she-
asleep. What did she say? I'm kidding.
You should listen to what she said. Adelward looks to everyone but Scold. It's cold up there. You'll die up there if you aren't wearing proper layers. You should buy things today.
Also about the beasts. Let's say,
Yes.
the fjords, the coast belongs to man, but everything else belongs to the beasts.
I wasn't lying when I said it was a shithole. It is.
I mean, the beasts, I'm not afraid of the cold. I could do with that.
She is
You
just
will be, Timothy.
constantly subtly prestidigitating her clothes warmer. Can you believe that's Tyrus and Tyra's mom?
Yeah.
She seems really cool.
I
You hear
can't
she's
believe
in the
you're
market
still
for a
alive.
new husband, looks around the table.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know
guys
who
could
either
be
of those
like-
people are.
Husband number 3. Just no.
Who's
no
you
takers?
guys? Timothy?
You could.
No.
Why not? Timmy could. Aaron. I don't know. Adelward.
No.
Fabia. Basil.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. We'll move on. That's fine.
I know you don't really want to get married. You're not going to get tied down. That's fine.
No, that's true.
All right. Well, there's a drinking game later, and we're just gonna drink until the drinking game later. We could go to shops now.
Well, if there's a blizzard coming, we're killing time till that's passed either way. We should stop. You should stop by shops. Get yourself an actual coat. This stuff you've been wearing, if I could see any of your skin below your neck, you're not wearing enough out here.
Come on.
Maybe you
This
guys should,
actually I actually did buy really warm stuff already, but
I mean, we might need more. That was just for Wolfguard. It wasn't a tundra.
also mine is all
ice.
black, and it's kind of gonna show out against the snow.
Only
I want to
going
get
to
like a really
colder.
cool like.
This is the
white cloak.
warmest it gets.
Oh my gosh. Is this going to be our all white clothing era?
Yeah,
Should we go all get matching
are gonna have
outfits?
It's our
a
job.
wardrobe
spoiling
change.
the beer. You're spoiling the beer.
Fabia,
Stop
do you
talking
think
about
they're gonna have an ear flap hat and all white? Because
Yes.
if they don't, I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe go look. Maybe go look. Go check or something.
They're just trying to get us to leave.
Oh, but
Tell me I'm wrong.
He'll like take a
Back
long,
in chair.
slow sip of his beer.
leads back.
Fine, I will leave. Stands up. I don't know where I am. Which direction do I go in?
Howard points at the door, and that's it.
All right, well,
Starts
you,
drinking more
fuck
beer.
you. I'm gonna go get a jacket. She'll leave.
So
No, I follow.
As you're going, Fabia, you hear a little psst coming over from like the quieter corner.
She'll look in the quieter corner.
You see stood there in next to kind of an unlit brazier, kind of half hiding behind it. You see your fox patron.
Okay. Timmy, you're right behind me, right?
Yeah, I was following Fabia.
same.
Just see her look over.
You look,
So I look over
there's
in that
nothing
direction
there.
and I see nothing.
There's nothing there.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Hold on, just you go on. I'll be there in just a sec. She'll like
Okay.
go over into the
Know
corner.
someone here?
He looks at you.
Come on, where? We're in the corner.
I just wanted to keep it thematic, you know? Lean down and all that.
Sure, yeah.
They can't see me. He stands upright.
I know. I'm gonna look real weird. Unless, well, I always look weird, don't I?
Then act casual.
I'm not like other girls. Okay, sure. She'll lean against the barrel super
Joe.
casually.
Joe, I have something I need to mention.
Mm-hmm.
I have detect magic active.
Mm-hmm.
Would Adelward see any kind of like aura over there?
There is like
Right
a
now.
strong energy coming from over there. Almost like It's not a specific school of magic. It's kind of like just almost like a heavy vibration of just like outward magic kind of drifting from it, pulling into the air. It just feels like there's a strong presence there.
Joe, I just DM'd you.
Okay. You sex. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Lord nudges at Skull for a second. You see anything over there? or is this just very strong?
I see a deranged doggo.
That just
Fabia's every now and then changing position.
Are they talking to something? It's like squinting his eyes, like a little drunk, trying to figure out if it's his magic that's making him see things, or if he's just totally
She's doing yoga now at this point.
She talks to herself a lot, I guess. Maybe.
I'm seeing like some kind of magic over there, I think, or it's the ale. I'm not.
Scout squints. He sees nothing.
I'm not getting that.
I don't feel like getting up, so I'm.
Maybe I need some more. He like looks at the beer.
Your patron kind of leans on the wall next to you and goes, "So, you haven't really caused much mischief in a little while."
Don't remind me. Or do remind me. Put
Yeah.
a fire under my ass. What's going on? What's the haps here?
He raises one palm, and you see an illusion of a hand with a large kind of emerald ring on it. The emerald has been shaped to look like a horn and carved intricately on this ring. I just thought of a fun little prank.
Okay. Like pranks.
That is the Jarl's ring. It's on her hand.
Yep.
What if the ambassador from Hroth just suddenly happened to have it in his pocket?
I don't know who that is.
The guy over there drinking
What's that?
alone.
Oh, you want me to take it and pop it in his pocket?
On his person, any way he wants.
Interesting. Why? What do you think's gonna happen?
They're at war. She can't attack him in her home. He's under the protection of the guest. So, what's the worst that can happen?
True.
You know, it's not like he's gonna die now. Just some food for thought.
It's food for thought. Yeah, all right.
You gotta get that practice back up.
I know. You're right. You're right.
I've started to see other people.
Wow. Whoa.
Damn.
Excuse me?
I've just been looking elsewhere, and there's some real mischievous people down in the south.
I can't believe this. I thought that we had something special.
Well, you know, that long trip on the sea kind of broke my heart, so
Are you saying the spark is gone? You saying that's my fault?
I think we can work through
You
this.
vanish for quite a while, and it's my fault? Is that what's happening here?
Hold on, here you go.
Sorry, I'm really bad at fake crying. Okay, I'll think about it. I gotta go get a jacket because it's fucking cold here. But
All I'm saying is just a little bit of a slip and a drop. That's it. Okay?
I'll think about it. I'll think about it. She'll walk away. She'll do one final and then she'll walk away.
Yeah, he
He was talking to that magic bucket for a long time. We'll take another swig of his drink.
You help out and slip out of the long hall and head out into the marketplace. Baz would come with you, of course. He's kind of a bit quieter now. You can see him kind of shivering, and he's trying to deal with the cold himself because he wears very summery clothes. It's got a biting cold out as you go outside as well. you kind of find that Hornfall, if what Adderwater says is true, and this is the warmest section of Fjordhelm, then Fjordhelm is going to get bloody cold. What are you two doing in the longhouse whilst they go out to shop?
People watching, sipping beer.
People watching, not speaking,
eavesdropping,
each other,
not saying a word,
not saying a single word.
You're going to see is the ambassador comes over. Yes. Can I sit at your table?
No.
What have I had an offer for you?
You know where you are, right?
What is that?
You're a guest and we're a guest. So no.
All it would be is a couple of guests talking.
He'll do a slow turn, like roll his head to outerward to gauge his expression.
It's just groaning. Listen. I don't really feel like making any deals with the enemy of the town that I'm visiting as a guest, to be frank. I don't want to be seen with you. I don't want to be anywhere near you. So turn around and skedaddle. And then he takes another drink of beer.
Well, intimidation check.
All right. Not my strong suit, unfortunately.
Disadvantage because you said skedaddle.
Yeah, skedaddle.
That's fair.
15.
Excuse me.
Huh. Fair enough. Kind of eyes you for a moment and walks back to his own table and sits behind his drink, realizing that he's not going to mess with you guys.
Skedaddle.
I don't have to deal with people like this. This isn't my thing. This is your thing.
You said skedaddle.
Why did you look to me as if I was the one that had to deal with this?
I just wanted to see what you would do. And you said skedaddle.
He's gonna just take like a long swig of the beer and just leave that in the air.
Adelworth starts drinking faster.
Outside in the town itself, you can kind of hear the winter winds and you're kind of getting the biting cold as you're heading out. There's not like a traditional marketplace that you'd find in most towns. You'd see there's kind of more of a focus on people walking around and kind of selling their goods to whoever they pass by. You can see kind of people set up their own little thing outside their homes. Some sit outside them. Others just kind of you can kind of walk past the blacksmith and know it's a blacksmith just by the sheer amount of just like weapons that they might have around their porch. The carpenter the same with kind of chairs and stuff that have been left out and covered. In regards to what you'd need, a tanner. You're heading out there, walking around a path, and you find kind of a smaller hut to the corner of the town. You go down some stepping stones to his kind of flatted land, and you see hanging rugs and furs on the outside around the door. And it's outside, kind of hauled up in what seems to be about 6 or 7 layers. It's a very skinny, frail looking human man with kind of tattoos across his face of just kind of runes and stuff. He sits down, he's kind of holding his blanket around him. Oh, hail.
Hail. We're looking to buy some warmer clothes. You seem like you might be able to help us out.
Great. He moves to a side, pulls up a log, and then kind of throws it onto this small little fire he's got near him. Kind of encompassed around some stones. Yes, good. Well, I might have what you need.
Okay.
What exactly are you looking for?
Well,
This is what we got.
Yeah.
I pop up behind everybody. This is what we're wearing.
I went for all black.
Hold
And I
on.
feel like maybe that's...
Are you a kind shed fur? He looks towards you, Fabia.
Not enough for us to do something with it. I guess if you got really into felting, do people felt here? You could probably felt with it if you like really wanted to commit to it.
Okay. Well, we can maybe make a deal on that. You need warmer
Okay.
clothing. Okay. I can do this. Looks towards you, Timothy, as well. Ah. Okay. Well, do you care about what specifically, or do you just want the jackets, hats? I also do snowshoes.
Oh, I bought snowshoes in Wolfguard. I still have them. We're actually planning on heading north from here, so we kind of need to get kitted out.
If you're going further north, then you're going to need my best furs. I've got direwolf furs. The best. Keep you warm in any condition. Well, unless you get caught out in a blizzard and it rains.
How like car salesy does this guy seem?
I'll roll an insight check.
I want to roll an insight check on this guy.
Oops,
25.
sorry, that's an 8.
25. With your 8, you're kind of not being able to really kind of judge him that well. His eyes are kind of keep going wider and then thin. For you, Timothy, you notice that like he's definitely shifty. Definitely something off about him. But the furs look like legitimate furs hanging down his walls. I have one Yeti. I could probably carve some things out of that if you're looking for something pricey. Very warm.
How much is the dire wolf?
Depends what you want. A full outfit?
Yeah, sure.
White or brown?
White?
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
You you seem sort of svelte. I feel like that's a nice way to put it. You seem kind of. Do you do your own hunting?
No.
Out of curiosity?
No.
All right.
I pay for
You
it.
just wink at the right people. Okay.
I have hunters. I do the selling.
sure.
They do the hunting.
Okay, continue.
So how much for a set of brown direwolf? How much for a set of white direwolf? And then what if we wanted Yeti? Just tell me all the prices.
If you want a full woven set tailored to your skin, set of brown direwolf, it'll be 30 gold a set.
Okay.
40 if you go white.
Okay.
Yeti, 200.
Yeah. What? One Yeti skin?
One
So
Yeti,
you can make
but it was very big.
how many sets of clothes can you make
That
out
fit us all.
of Yeti?
Yes. But they'll use my
Would that
entire
last
Yeti.
us?
Even
If there was a
Basil?
blizzard and it was raining?
Yes.
200 gold
Per
for
person.
each set. Yeah. Hmm.
You'll be very warm.
I do think we should prepare for the worst of conditions because we never know.
Be the only tanner in town.
Unless you want to trade something else you've got. Am I the only talent in town?
Yeah.
The only one who's good?
Nobody else has Yeti. If I asked around.
No one has Yeti, I can guarantee that. You'll find
People
another wolf
believe
in
that
town.
you had Yeti?
Weak ones. They'll try and tell you it's direwolf.
Hmm.
Do people believe I have Yeti?
Yeah, like if we said this guy has Yeti, they'd be like, that's bullshit.
He steps inside, and you see him kind of drag out, and he pulls up, just lifts it by the head, and even the fur itself is heavy. And and you see this great big open mouth of a kind of almost like it's like ape-like in its kind of in its form. Its skin kind of stretched out, its eyes missing, but its great big head onto this bulbous form, humanoid. I keep them intact unless I'm planning on cutting them.
That's actually really smart. All right. Unless we had something to trade. Are you looking for anything specifically?
He drags in and steps the cat.
Do you want a hand?
I've got it. You're weird. You're from different places. I'm open to whatever you might have. If it is as rare as the Yeti, perhaps.
OLG takes a moment to look at her inventory.
Looks across all of you. Unless you'd like normal wolf if you cannot afford my prices.
What's your name?
I'm Bellamond.
Oh, Lemon. Nice to meet you. I'm Fia.
Good.
I don't know that I have much that you would that you'd be interested in able to make anything with.
Would you have the coin?
I have coin. How quickly can you make this?
Are you in a rush?
I heard there's a blizzard coming in, so we're not gonna leave before that happens. But when it's done,
I'll walk through the night.
give you a tip and you'll work through the night, huh?
That is what I say.
All right. Let's do it. Let's get
Have a deal?
Sure. We'll do a set of this Yeti, well, points to the back, for each of us. You'll work through the night and get it done so that when we're ready to leave, when the blizzard's over, it's all done. All right.
So 800 gold at least?
800 gold at least. You guys want snowshoes?
I think we all got snowshoes, right?
I know I wrote down that I have some, but I don't know if I think we all did, right?
You need them. Unless you want to sneak into the snow.
No, we definitely don't.
But a warm suffocation in my Yeti.
That still doesn't sound pleasant.
Can I ask above board, what's the layout of this tannery? Is it just like a booth, or is it like a building?
He's sat outside his house. He's got like his homestead there, and hanging out the front of the homestead are all of the rugs and kind of furs and stuff that he's got just like hanging on the front. You can see he kind of ties them up each day, almost like kind of pens them up, almost like a washing line. And he's just kind of sat on his porch in front of the fire. Most of the houses are like that here. You can see that like people are selling their goods right in the front of their house.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's all we need, right? A set of clothes for each of us. Nobody needs snowshoes or anything like that.
I think so.
Do we need to get anything for Aaron, Shane?
I mean, he's fine with cold. He doesn't feel temperatures.
Does he need little metal snowshoes?
He does. He's light on his feet.
All right. He could just step in the wind through the snow, right? He's light. Okay. Okay. And a tip.
Who wants the head?
Wait.
What do you
one
use
of
that
your
for?
pieces will have it on it. I'm the stretch around it. I can cut it off. But one of you could have it as an. You could have it as the hood. Would you like that?
Cool.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody definitely needs a hood as a head. Yeah.
Good. But I keep the teeth. Good.
What
What do you use the teeth for?
They're picking my teeth.
They.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Out.
Okay.
And jewelry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you So you said you have hunters. If we happen to head north and we find anything we think you might be interested in, we brought it back. You want to buy it? Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Nothing springs to mind. I've never gone too far north. The Yeti was
Okay.
exotic enough.
Keep that in mind.
You bring me back fur, I can weave it into something.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
My hunters usually
It's a
bring me
deal.
back the entire carcass, so you get
Duly
less
noted.
money if the fur is damaged. So be careful how you kill it.
Keep that in mind.
Okay. I'll get it done.
All right.
One moment. He goes inside. You see him come out with a stick that has kind of almost like little runes drawn on it. And he just starts shaping each of you up and kind of going, move on. Stretching it across you. And it's kind of almost like quite a bendy stick. Okay. Goes around. You see he doesn't write any of it down. Puts it around your neck. Goes through each of you. Got it. I get it done. Not a problem.
All right. We'll see you later.
Good. He steps back inside his house. Leaving you guys to your own devices.
Sweet.
Okay. So,
Does it look like there's anywhere, not that we have to do it right now, does it look like there's anywhere to like buy extra rations and stuff like that? Any sort of...
yeah, there'll be places down by the dock and stuff. You
Alright.
could probably buy some like dried fish
Yeah.
or vegetables that they've kind of salted and stuff. Yeah, there'll be stuff you can do there for that. Frozen food. Luckily over here, you can freeze your food pretty well. So they have a lot of resources. Back in the long haul, Adderward and Scott, have you just been drinking the entire time?
Elward would have been eating as well if there's food available.
Yeah, they're bringing
He's trying
food.
to stock. He's trying to stock up before they travel.
Yeah, they definitely bring you loads of fish and kind of other vegetables that they have, salted meats from hunts and whatnot. How does Adderward usually catch food around Fjordhelm? Does he hunt himself or does he just go fishing?
Oh, he definitely hunts and fishes, but it's not like yes, I'm going to perfectly track this thing. It's like, oh, there's something in that tree. Bam! Just fucking light the tree up in a big explosion.
Yeah,
and it'll just fall out as a charred corpse, and then he'll eat it. It's
It's-
sort of like a clumsier.
For you and Scold, then, the kind of meats they're serving and the fish they're serving, it was almost like nostalgic. It's closer to what you usually are used to. Maybe saltier, because you guys would have and cooked as well. They'd bring you some raw versions of it as well if you wanted it raw instead, but it seems kind of like home. If you've both been drinking, though, go ahead and just do a straight just constitution saving throw for me, just to see how drunk you are.
23.
Yeah, you're handling your stuff well.
Easy. It's all the blubber.
Yep, you're feasting at the same time. It takes a while to get into your system.
Wait, a con save if we've been drinking the whole time?
Yeah, please.
Scott would have been pacing himself, but I can still roll it.
Yeah, we'll set the DC low.
Cool.
It's more just to see how much you've been drinking.
29.
Yeah, you don't even feel tipsy. All right. You guys have finished purchasing what you need. What do you want to do?
I mean, I guess we can head back to the longhouse unless we see something else that catches our eye.
Okay. On the way there, you're going to pass through some stepping stone area. And you hear like a lot of laughter coming from near a fire, down kind of on one of the lower portions where the stepping stones kind of go down towards a smaller homestead and then go back up again. And you'd see crowded around this fire, all with drinks and food in their hand, talking. 8 dwarves. Similarly to you, but far more blonde. They're all blonde dwarves, all of them. None of them have dark hair. Some have like tufts of ginger in it, but they're all blonde with kind of these kind of wispy blonde beards. Some of them only actually have like mustaches and small kind of goatees. Others have just like great mutton chops. No one has a beard that goes past like the top of their chest. They're all quite small beards. And they all sat around drinking and talking. One of them catches you, Timothy. And goes, "Hey, brother!"
I make my way over.
Please be a cousin. We'll follow.
He looks up to you. What brings you here? You're not from the mountain, are you? You from the Fjords?
No, I'm with the bear. Point over to Scold.
Well, he's in the long hall. These guys are outside.
Oh, so have they
I'm
seen
with the
him?
bear. There's nothing there.
Did they see him enter at all?
No, we haven't seen a bear. You're with a bear? A crick there?
Yeah. Yes. He comes from here.
Is that right? See another one? Is he a bodyguard?
No, we're all working together, I guess. None of us bodyguards of anyone.
Well, we don't see many of our kind come up these human towns. Most keep to the east.
I honestly didn't expect to see any of you way up here.
Yeah.
It's damn cold, isn't it?
I mean, the Fjords, they have some volcanic activity, so we're used to some of the heat down there. Aye. That's interesting, though. Oh, yeah, we're delivering up some iron. Hey, well, brother, should have visited the Fjords.
Do I know where that is?
No, you haven't been to Fjordhelm. So, doesn't really mean anything to you.
Whereabouts is that? I mean, it sounds nice if there's volcanic activity, a little warmer.
Much warmer from here. A week and a half to the east, a little bit longer. We trekked on over. No one would buy our bloody wares at Waterfell, so we dropped it down in Hammerfall. They always need it with their war. It's a nice place, though. Plenty of room.
I mean, to some. When's the drinking game start? That's what I'm waiting for at this point.
Aye, two of our boys here. They're joining it. He looks over to kind of a smaller one. Looks younger, like probably only about 20 to 25, which is in your terms like kind of a mid.
That's really young.
Yeah. And then he looks to another one who's a little bit older. You can see kind of the blonde wispy hair is barely on his cheeks, and he's got a lot of wrinkles. Hey, these two are going to join it. The oldest and the youngest of us. Ironically, the best drinkers. Isn't that right, Matt and Timothy? Oh, you're going to join
His
it then,
name is
lad?
Timothy.
Hey!
I mean, that's my name.
I'm gonna punch Timmy on the shoulder.
See the young one kind of... Eat it!
How much can you hold?
In my hands.
In your stomach.
Oh! I mean, I'm the champion of the Fjords. I was trained by
So that holds
Fresma.
up.
Aye. I mean, the old fella, he doesn't talk. You see Fresma opens his mouth, and instead of a tongue, you see just a golden tongue that's going to be anointed.
What the fuck?
He's the best drinker among us. So much so he cut out his own tongue just so he could drink heavier.
I was just going to ask, did he do that on purpose? But I guess...
Hey, he's been training the lad. For the competition for ourselves. Yeah, we heard about it.
Where I'm
brought them
from,
along.
the taste is half the fun.
Oh, you should go to the Fjords. You barely taste it up in the Fjords. Too much competition. You don't drink your drink in 2 sips. You're nursing it.
I try to go in one.
Hey, you'd fit in good up there. If you ever get bored of this bodyguarding business, you let us know. Always looking for more brothers up here. Not too many dwarves that want to, travel the area.
And Fia came with me,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
you
look to Fia and
your
say,
as well.
I'm going to sit here for a bit if you want to head back.
Definitely.
I'll meet up when the game starts.
It was nice meeting all of you.
Hey,
good luck to
of course.
all of us in the drinking contest, I guess.
See him kind of nudge around and give you a spot right amidst them, and let you kind of join them, Timothy. hand round one of their drinks to you, and they're like, "Don't worry, it's watered down for anyone who's joining the competition. Not to get whatever advantage we need." Up in the hall itself, though, as you guys would return up to there, you'd see Adderward and Scold at their familiar table, drinking away. Food now served to them as well. Just the kind of general attitude of the hall now becoming much better. A lot of people coming up here now as the sun starts to set. Anything else you guys want to do around the town?
Order some food.
Okay. Yeah, order some food to the table. You see them, Scold and Adderward, as they join you back at the table. Food served out. You get kind of platters of it. You see they kind of frequently have banquets here. The kind of scraps put over on the ambassador's table as well, and you can just see he just eats it kind of reluctantly. But everyone else eats well here. No one goes hungry, and they share it out evenly among everyone. Even the Jarl is eating the same amount of food as everyone else, as they kind of pass it around.
Guys, we found another dwarf named Timothy in town.
Another one?
Yeah. Also, yeah, the Timmys are together. He's gonna enter the drinking contest, and there's an old dwarf, and I think his name was like Fresmat or something. Anyway, he cut out his tongue, and now he has a gold tongue so that he can drink more heavily. So if you guys are just FYI, he's fucking serious.
Is that what they told you?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have a tongue. That part's true. Like
that wouldn't make him drink, Beth.
It doesn't make any sense to me, but also I don't really care about drinking heavily. Yeah, no, so now it's gold. It seems weird. Anyway, they're going to join the drinking contest, and they're fucking pumped, so.
Okay.
Right. Where's the jackets? Did you actually buy them, or did
No, we're fine. We're not going to. We thought we were fine.
Perfect.
Yeah. Of course we bought fucking jackets. Jesus.
All right.
Bought jackets. They're getting made.
Jesus, the famous ascended of the Godforged.
Yeah, you know Jesus.
Out of what? What are they being made out of?
Yeah, are there Yetis here?
Yetis. Wait, did Taylor tell you he was selling you Yeti?
Yeah.
You're being
Yeah,
scammed.
we got a giant creepy face
You're
and
being
everything.
scammed. That's one of the easiest scams in the book.
It looks
Yeti.
cool. And
It's no warmer than Direwolf. Yeti.
Why didn't you just get Direwolf?
Why didn't you get Direwolf?
Because we could get the
Why didn't
fucking
you
Yeti
motherfuckers
head.
come with us?
Because we
I
get the
was
Yeti head
drinking.
on a hood and it looks
Do I
cool
look
as
like
shit.
I need a coat?
That's why. I'm gonna have
I mean,
a face on a hood.
Anyway, have a drink. Sit down.
Yeah, dude,
It's
I'm
not a
starving.
big deal. Aren't you like billionaires or something?
yes, we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Toast.
I'm gonna, when I pick up my drink, I'm gonna put my pinky out and then cheers.
I want to like every now and then be scoping out the homie from the other area.
Okay.
I want to get a vibe check on whether or not he sucks.
He kind of just sits there alone. No one's kind of paying him any heed, and he's just like picking at this kind of bread, throwing away some of the bits that have like mold on it, just picking at it in his mouth. Dips into kind of a broth. And he's kind of just giving bitter eyes across the room. Keeps to himself.
Okay.
I wouldn't even need you to do an insight check. He's pretty plain-faced right now. It's clear he's just kind of doesn't like anyone in this room. Doesn't want to be here.
Sure. I mean, he's from a place that's at war with these people, right?
Mm-hmm. The Jarl herself, she's set up on... she's got kind of a table that's pulled down at the bottom of the throne area, and she's got a couple of kids. You see like a little girl who's only about maybe 4 years old, kind of sat there just picking at some of the food and pushing some of it away, and she's like, eat it, and just kind of pushes it straight back towards him. You see the other kids kind of sat there just fiddling with a knife on the table, like stabbing it into the table and just sketching stuff into it. He's about 8 years old. And she sat there, you just see kind of digging through the leg of a kind of a cooked a bird of some kind, and her hands are all kind of greasy, pulling off the meat. Eat your food. You see on her hand, Fabio, the ring, it's covered in grease as well. The kind of horn, emerald horn etched into it. A couple of the guys in the hall as well go up behind her, and they throw some logs onto a greater fire that's in the back that connects to the great horn that goes around as well. It's the kind of mouthpiece of the horn, and the smoke is pushed to go up through it.
How far away is she from us in feet?
You guys are given a table pretty close, so probably about maybe 6 feet away.
Okay, I want to use my Eldritch Sight. Is the ring magical at all?
Eldritch Sight lets you see magical items, yeah?
I can just have detect magic on.
Got it. Yes. It has, you can see it's kind of riddled with, abjuration magic. You see this kind of bluish kind of aura around it.
Okay.
So I DM'd you again.
Okay. No, you don't find a Vorpal sword in your food.
Damn it.
Yes. To answer your question, yes. Bony one side.
Yeah.
You're outside. Oh no, wait, Timothy's AFK. For you then, guys, you would see the Jarl is kind of just like surrounding the food. The food's kind of coming to a close now. Everyone's eating and kind of pushing away the bones and any of the kind of excess, bringing some of the scrap over to anyone who wants to kind of just eat the rest of it and whatnot, and handing it out to people. You can see that every single person here, though, all the townsfolk, at some point you saw Bettermund come in. You'd see all just the different townsfolk just pass in, take a bit of food themselves, and head out. It's all evenly distributed here. Once that starts dying down, you can start seeing drinks start to kind of being brought out. In the meanwhile, Timothy, outside, you're kind of talking to the dwarves. And the one who was kind of talking to me before is now kind of talking to the others and discussing some of the plans of how they're going to get back and whatnot. And you see the young one, Timothy, goes, "So where are you from?"
Oh my god, it's been a while. Is it Undersun? Yeah. I'm from, it's far from here, but, Undersun. Have you heard?
No.
It's very, central, I guess you could say. It's a lot warmer than here, I could say that.
I can't imagine that. This is my first time leaving the mountain.
So you were born here? Yeah?
Aye, up in the fields.
I don't know if I can sometime soon, but I would like to see where you're from.
Really? We'd like to take you there.
Yeah.
We're trying to get as many people as possible.
The whole reason I've gone on this little trip is I'm trying to find a new place. The mines that me and my father work in, they're starting to run a little dry.
Well, our mines are rich. And honestly,
Is that so?
we don't have enough hands to work them. Aye.
I might send him a letter. This whole thing has been trying to find a place for him, and if you guys, I mean, he might not like the cold at first, but I'm sure he's stronger than I am. So, yeah,
I
especially
like
since you said that.
Sagan! And you see, what is it, boy? Can Timothy send a letter to his dad to come and see the fields? What's he mean by that, boy? You want to bring your family?
Well, I mean, it's just me and my father. Where we're from, have you heard of Undersun?
Hey, of course I've heard of Undersun.
I mean, that's where we're from, and the place we're working from isn't doing so well. So we're trying to find a new place to work.
Huh. I mean, we have a dozen tunnels that are unworked right now. We don't have enough dwarves.
I mean, that's all I've been looking for.
Well, you tell your father that we'll definitely do a meeting. I'm sure we could work something out. Okay, that sounds fine to me. We'd assume that you'd be bringing some workers if you did that, right?
Yeah.
Right? We are about to start hiring humans. Much so workers.
Yeah, they do not know how to work a mine.
No.
You have to dig the tunnels taller, everything. It's just...
Aye, inefficient. Good. That's a little bit of fate, that is, laddie. You see Timothy kind of smiles up to you. Can you believe it? He points up to the sun, that's it. I didn't believe it when they said that thing existed. Oh, I'd like to have you. You know, you and all of the dark-haired dwarves. He kind of watches the suns go down. Sargon, can we go and join the drinking contest now? Aye, lad. You two go and you enjoy yourselves. We'll watch. We're not going to join in. You see as they start lifting up and moving towards the hall. The bard starts playing the music again. And chairs and tables start gathering around to give you guys kind of the centerpiece of the area. You'd see they bring a kind of a larger, longer table out. And several people kind of get up to sit at you. See Timothy come in with a younger lad, teenage dwarf, who kind of looks more like a child. He heads up, he sits on a chair, puts a cushion at first just so he can kind of lean over it properly. The older man comes and sits in one of the corners, leaning over it as well. And then various people from the town start gathering around the table. The Jarl looks across you. If you want to come join us, now's the time. We're going to play Boast and then see who drinks the most. Is everyone joining in?
Scott will join in, definitely.
Basil will probably go and help the bar.
Adelward will definitely join too.
Okay. Basil
Has
will go
anybody
and
said
go
what
with
the
bar.
rules of Boast are yet?
No.
Okay.
Who's joining us? You?
How many from our party are joining?
Is it just Basil and Fabius out?
Is Fia joining?
Fia's thinking about it. She's gonna see how many people are
Right
sitting
now
out
it's
first.
Adelward,
Right now
Scott,
there's
and
3 of
Timothy.
us, yeah.
Okay. Sure, she'll join.
Okay. You sit around. You see that the Jarl sits down as well at the table. All right. Start bringing out the strongest ale. Okay. So Boast. Who has not played it?
I haven't.
Good.
I guess you have to boast, but how does that tie into drinking?
Well, it is not. It's not actually that complicated. Simply put, each one of us goes around in a turn. You put out a exclamation. It starts small. It gets bigger. As soon as you distrust someone, and you think that they might be full of shit, you say go and then boast. They have that chance to convince the others that it happened, whether it did or not. If everyone agrees they don't believe them, that person is out. If everyone agrees that they do believe them, the accuser is out. The tales get wilder, whoever tells the best tale wins. It is an open drinking game. Does it sound good to you? After that is ready, we drink a few drinks, and then we begin. If you're out, you down your drink. The entire tankard. Ready? I'll go first. 3 days ago, I killed a winter wolf with just a hand axe. And looks to you, Skull.
Okay. How long was our journey?
Since when?
Like a week on the ship, I think. From
Since
Wolfguard.
sailing from Wolfguard.
Week and a bit, yeah.
2 weeks ago. Killed a vampire. But there's more.
Kind of thumbs to his back.
They kind of eye you up. You see a couple people who are hesitating. But they sit back, not wanting to be the first to call out someone.
Yeah, he leans back, inviting someone to say something at first. And then no one does.
It moves on to the person who doesn't have a tongue, who just simply picks up his drink, downs it, and then sits to carry his hand.
It's looking nuts.
It goes to Timothy, the young Timothy. 2 weeks ago, I saw the sun for the first time. Looking around, no one even remotely wants to throw bullshit. And then it goes on to Adderward.
2 weeks ago, I threw a vampire 500 feet into the air over an ocean and drowned it.
You see the Argo. You're not very good at this. Both.
Alward casts Fall while half drunk. Just smashes into the ceiling.
Yeah, you would take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you just slam against the ceiling and then collapse to the ground. After just like the 500 feet, your like body's against the ceiling for a moment, and you'd feel the damage there, and then you'd drop back down to the ground.
Oh, he would gently drift back down to the ground. His cloak would kick in at that point, and he'd land back in his chair
like a leaf.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. The DC is going to be 10. You have advantage.
Okay.
Because everyone's believing that.
Yeah, we'll better believe it after that.
They're believing that you can do something like that.
Oof. Yeah, did not pass it.
You see everyone around the table, like a couple of the guys at the end. One of them goes, "So you can jump real high? But that one killed a vampire. You would to expect that you killed two?"
You doubt that you not understand how a vampire can die? They die in water. You throw it into water from any distance and it melts. You've seen them. Yeah, Fia, show them what a vampire looks like when it's melting in water.
I elbow him. That's magic. We're not supposed to do that.
The Jarl looks across you. It's not even true. Everyone knows that to kill a vampire, you have to bury it head to toe in snow and piss on it.
That would
Skull's nodding.
probably work.
Does anyone back up Adderward? Because
If I can just also take my turn at the same time as my friend is taking his turn. 2 weeks ago.
No.
You wait.
You wait. We have to
No?
see. Do you believe him? I don't. You see the two guys who are past our Timothy shake their heads. Little Timothy shakes
What
his
can
head.
I believe him.
I was there. So I believe him. I saw it.
Scold or fear, you get to roll a persuasion check then to convince the others. Straight
I
persuasion
wonder who.
Edelward's looking at Timothy with daggers in his
31.
eyes.
They don't... You see the Jarl's kind of panicking. There's no way it's two vampires now. I mean, there could have been two vampires. If they said they were there, why? If he said he killed a vampire, you'd be with him. No, but we believe him now. Sorry, Jarl. Ah, shit. She takes her drink. I'm out. And then goes round next to our Timothy.
Does that mean it's my turn?
Yeah.
About a month or two ago, I helped destroy an army of about 100 of undead and a giant colossus one in the span of a few minutes.
Little Timothy is good. Boast. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
I'm not good at this.
Believe in
Hey,
you.
welcome to the club, bud.
Yeah, right.
Join me.
An 8.
Everyone looks around you. We do that.
There's a place called Steep Glen
And
Have
now,
y'all been to Wolfguard?
in the Deadlands of Wolfguard.
Skull's gonna fold his arms and just keep his mouth shut.
they look around and they look at Fear. Fear, roll a persuasion check. The DC is very high now because they're now believing that you're just bullshitting on other people's behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alwar's not getting involved with Timothy, dude, after he
Nat
lost.
20. 33.
Incredible.
And the vampire led these armies, I imagine. Amazing. They've seen more than us. They kind of look to each other. Both pick up their drinks and both drink. We're out. And you see little Timothy. I'm out.
Aw, Bubba.
Leaving only you guys as a group.
Damn.
Fear. The table turns to you.
You have to say things that each other doesn't
Now
know.
it's now it's stuff we don't know.
Now it's down to you guys to bullshit and convince.
We all just lose to Fear because she's got plus 13 persuasion.
No, so here's what we're going to do here.
No.
You guys
Like
won't be
legit.
able to mind control each other with this. You can.
This is actual stuff that's true or false. Yeah.
Yeah, you can bullshit. You can tell the truth. You can roll an insight check. But it won't give you the definite answer. It's going to come down to you as a player, as a character, to actually say what your character would believe and wouldn't believe.
That's
Okay.
fun.
Well, now it changes what I was going to say.
Eldridge looking at you. Oh, another rule I should say: it resets. You can go small again once someone goes out. So
Oh,
you don't have to
okay,
up
cool.
the. You don't have to up the army.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
think about how much more I could possibly
Yeah. You don't have to up the army. The idea is that it keeps getting to a point where you have to go ridiculous. You can start it small.
Okay.
Who's first?
Fear.
I guess it's me. I'm first. Okay.
The August. Go on. It can be as simple as anything. You drank the rainwater. You're the starter. We're looking at you.
I know. Well, because what I was gonna like,
You could say anything.
if they know it's true, then
That's fine.
what happened?
You have to keep
Then you're
up the
good.
boast. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's
I
gonna
mean,
get to a
'cause
point
if
where your actions go beyond it.
Sure. Okay. So if it's okay, if it's totally true and they know, then to continue the vibe around the room, Feel will say, 2 weeks ago, when he used that maul to kill a vampire, and he picked one up and threw it in the ocean, the vampire that he picked up and threw in the ocean was my sister.
She looks at you. Is this a boast?
I don't know if you understand the game.
Try again. You have to say something you did. Something you achieved. It could be you pissed in a river.
Watched it,
That is not a boast.
and while she was drowning, I showed her her own death.
How would you do that?
Scald's frowning.
I said, how would you do that?
She wouldn't, so boast.
Maybe I didn't.
Well, then do you believe her? He calls boast.
You can't do anything like that, can you?
Maybe I didn't.
Howard says nothing.
I'm gonna pick up my drink, and I'm gonna drink it, and then I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna sit back.
It is bullshit. Good. Okay. What a ridiculous thing to say. Start small next time. Alright. Back to you then. She looks to you, Skull.
I am the strongest warrior in my tribe.
Looks to you, Adol.
I, 1 month prior to meeting my friends here, bisected a Krigvan in two vertically with my spear. And he gestures to his undeniably strange-looking spear. I would say that he's kept the lightning, the visual sort of aspects a little under wraps, but this is a fancy-looking spear even still.
They all kind of look up at it. And then we'll kind of smile and look around to see if anyone's going to call Boast. And look to Timothy.
Skull doesn't dispute his claim.
I voted to exile my own sister for using magic during the drought.
Boast. You're too soft.
Another tankard from the table.
Timmy
Gonna
takes a
start to
drink.
Drink it.
And we are down to 2. Back to you, Krigvan.
It's back to easy stuff.
You have to convince the entire table now.
I use giant's runes to double in size.
He looks at the ceiling and then to the group.
Look to Adaward. Only one of you two can call Boast. But you get to put it to a vote. Convince everyone in the room. Your Boast will have to be an entire tale this time. After you call Boast.
He looks to Adderwood.
Oh,
Your turn.
once while pursuing Krigvan hunters, following my tribe, I initiated an avalanche on the mountain they were descending with my spear and buried them alive.
Skull knows that Krigvan can't really be buried. But
Boast.
Adelward picks up his spear and swings it in the air.
Causing the sound go off.
Oh yes.
You hear all of them. You see, like the bard drops his instrument for a moment. People knock their drinks out. You hear in the
Yeah,
distance.
it's loud. You can't bury a Krigvan.
You have to tell the tale now. Lokavat. Tell us the story. Convince us if it's true or not.
The beasts, the Krigvan that reside on the Whistlewind Mountains are wild, feral, berserker monsters. They travel down to the coasts every month or two to hunt Lokavat by the sea. I hunt them instead, and I cut them off before they can. This pack was especially wily, faster than most, and more creative in the path they took to get to my tribe. However, they stuck far too close to the peaks of the Whistlewind. They thought that if they stayed closer to the mountains rather than traveling through the forests, I wouldn't intercept them. They found themselves a cave nestled in the mountains. So rather than go in and dispatch them myself, I allowed nature to take its course and buried them within dozens of feet of snow. With a single crack of my spear, a massive avalanche was released. With the sound alone, I remained at the cave for 4 days and waited to see if they'd emerge. They didn't. Likely starved. Perhaps they devoured each other first.
I take a drink. Go hold and roll a persuasion with advantage. Because of the crack.
Persuasion. 16.
You see most people kind of... A look of it. Against an entire group of Krigven. Impressive. The two guys who kind of called themselves out go, we believe him. Little Timothy goes, I believe him. The Jarl kind of looks to you, Skull. Do you believe him?
Skull like looks at the group enraptured by his story and like smirks. And he sits there and ponders for a few seconds. And then he grabs his tankard and he finishes it. Puts it back down without saying a word.
Just saw us last. Right! We have our winner. The Lokovat. What is your name?
You may call me Adelward.
Adelward. One with tails. One! Who kills Krigven? That is a story.
Okay.
My friends, fill their tankards. The last person to remain conscious wins. Everyone puts in 20 gold, if you've got it. Otherwise, put in something you're willing to lose. The winner takes it all. Good?
Alright. Elward will put it. He doesn't have much money. He needs to make some. This could be a good chance.
Yeah. You see, so there'd be 40, 60, 80, 100 gold goes into the middle from all of the locals and then also the dwarves and stuff.
20 gold from us each, right?
Yeah, unless you want to
Timmy
put something
drops
else
in
in
30.
there. Okay, up in the stakes. What do you put in fear? You put in gold or an item?
Gold.
Okay, it's gold.
Gold.
Add award.
Gold.
Okay, so in total, there'd be 130, 50, 70, 190 gold right in the middle. Quite a sizable sum for a drinking game. Your drinks get filled. You start going through, drinking 3 of them. Tankard after tankard. Could I get a constitution saving throw from everyone, please? And I'm going to roll...
Alcohol counts as poison, right?
Yes. So if you are
16.
resistant to poison, you have advantage on your saving throws.
So I was still on advantage, but my first roll was 16.
Okay. It's a low...
22.
Oh, you only have to beat a DC of 12 right now.
Double 28.
This is for the old dwarf. You see...
The best drinker.
And he just like falls asleep in his chair, leaning
Oh,
back.
bless him.
We had a lot of free drinks.
Waste of a tongue, that one.
Yeah, exactly.
We find
Nat
neck
20 foot,
pillows
the
so
little
that
kid
his
Timothy's
neck
just like
doesn't
knocking
hurt.
them back with a nat 20. Kind of sits there, he's like, when do we start? Then I'll do the people around the area. One of the guys is fine. The guy, he's got like a braided black beard, and then the blonde guy also fine. And then the Jarl, also fine after the 3 drinks. All of you are kind of sat there. They all kind of laugh and make jokes around the old man's expense, who was just completely passed out, drunk from it already. 3 more drinks now, heavier drinks served to you. Bigger tankards full of them. Let's up the stakes, shall we? Drink them fast. Quickly. Begins knocking them all back. Whole table kind of joining in. Let's get more con saves.
Okay.
21.
Oof.
21.
16.
You
He is
just
trying
make
to
it.
show we
The
gotta
DC is 16.
He is out.
Fear. You drink the next 3. After like 6, your eyes blink. And you fall. Passing out. Skull, you feel like a wink for a moment where you're like, unusual for you, but
Shake
maybe it's
off.
the fact that you had the things, but you managed to shake it off just in time. This is for little Timothy. He's fine. One of the guys, the braided beard guy, he drinks them back fast. On the 3rd one, as he goes to drink, he just kind of passes out and falls off his chair and hits the ground.
Pours it all over
Yeah,
himself.
he falls on the drink. The next guy, he's fine. He knocks it back, and then the Jarl. Actually, he should have been a D20 plus 3, but he's fine. This is the Jarl's. She only just managed to hold
Woo! She's close.
the strongest ale. Let's go. They pour out 3 more drinks for you guys. Moving on to this really kind of dark ale. The DC now will be 20. Go ahead and make your con saves.
10. I'm out.
You see Adderwood collapse. Just the
26.
Holy shit, dude.
for your 26.
19?
You hold on. Skull
What?
finishes it. His eyes lurch back a little bit. And Skull
Don't throw up.
falls asleep.
No, I have Indomitable. I need to know if I failed so I can re-roll.
Oh, you do fail. It's a DC of 20.
All right.
Skull's eyes close.
22.
And then open up again with this kind of fury. Pushing through. Little Timothy. He nearly gets knocked out by the one, but he's like, okay. Okay, I'm still in it. One of the guys collapses down halfway through the drink. The owl kind of knocks back the drink. Barely you scratched. And then collapses down off the chair. The only ones remaining are the young teenage dwarf, Timothy and Skull, all sat around.
Dude, Timmy is in scold.
You see another one who's not drinking goes, another one of the strong ales. Bring him out. And any fermented drink we have. And they start bringing out a few more drinks to you. The DC now is 23. Go ahead and do your con
Come on,
saves.
boys.
Everyone around is kind of, it's
Since
been going on there for a
everybody's
while.
drunk, can I, under my breath, sort of mutter
26.
guidance on myself?
Yeah, go ahead. Do a stealth check. The DC will be 10. You're just going to do a straight stealth check. With advantage.
This guy's gonna cheat, dude.
Everybody's drunk right now, so I figure I could get away with it.
We'll find
But
out.
I am shit at stealth, so.
Oh,
Okay,
shit!
14.
You're fine. He's fine.
You've...
Yeah, you have guidance on yourself. Go ahead and roll.
Skull got a 26, dude.
Guidance ain't saving you, friend.
16, let's see. What was the save again?
DC
Is
of
it still-
23.
You
I
can't.
can't make it.
You can't,
Can't
make it.
The magic goes over you.
It's Scold and Teenage Timmy.
I shouldn't have had those pre-drinks.
He just sees Timothy go out and goes, I'll do it for the both of us.
Oh! Drink water.
And you just see him turning it. I don't feel so good. And pukes onto the ground and then holds his stomach and leaves the table, leaving Scold the victor. Everyone kind of chants and help. They try and lift Scold up and then realize they can't, so just kind of lift his arms up into the sky. And the party
His arms.
goes on for the next couple of hours as everyone passes out, drinking into the night.
Oh, little Timmy.
Little Timmy is found outside throwing out. Let's
Barely
go
making
ahead.
up indoors. She's like,
You know, like in the
Throwing up
Wild
on
West,
the
where like they get the
sidewalks.
drunk guy and they dunk his head in like a horse trough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and take a 5-minute break there. So go ahead and get yourselves a new drink, use the loo and whatnot, and we'll be back in 5 to see where you go on for your next adventure. All right.
Okay.
Here's them. Okay, chat. Go ahead and get yourselves your drinks and whatnot, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes or so. Part 2 of this episode. We are going to be updating the art reel real soon. We're going to be probably putting it at the beginning of the show now. So if you have not seen your art up there, you will see it soon. If you are drawing any art, if you are doing any fan art, go ahead and post it in the Discord. You can do !Godforged, I believe, and that should bring up the Discord. And if you post it in there, you'll see it on the art reel. All right. Be right back. Okay, we'll be back up in just a second, guys. Okay, let me start bringing this down. And I'll unmute on my Discord. Alright, let me bring it back up. And we can move back over to the screen. Okay. So, everyone's back with Dodger, right? Cool.
Yep.
So the night passes. You would have heard the flapping outside. Anyone who didn't kind of drink as well would have heard the kind of the shutters of the long hall were fastened down. You can hear the biting wind outside as the blizzard passes overnight. In the morning, snow's kind of covered up most of the steps. You see people outside clearing them so they can kind of find their pathway and brushing away any of the snow. But it's kind of built up a good few inches of snow around all of the buildings there. And people are just kind of clearing it. You can kind of hear everyone who wasn't drinking heavily. Even those that were, they're kind of used to it up here as well. Just slowly clearing away all of the snow. Each of you are going to wake up inside the tavern. Go ahead and just do a general constitution saving throw for me. As you guys heavily drunk till you're unconscious. So
26.
Just see if anyone rolls real
17.
bad. They might feel a little exhausted.
This is with no advantage.
This is a
is
straight
general?
con because you're just trying to deal with the. Actually, no, it would be with advantage because it's the poison that kind of stays in you and keeps you fucked up.
I got 26 anyways.
You're good.
22.
Okay. I mean, I can roll for the others, but it's honestly, it's mostly going to be the kid and thingy that you care about. The kid,
Oh no.
the kid is absolutely worse for wear. I rolled a net 1 for him. He is.
Oh.
It's
that
an
is-
important lesson to learn.
Yeah, he is. They're like they've got him like wrapped up, and he's just kind of like shaking. He's like feeling. He's got his first hangover at the age of he's in his 20s technically, but in his people's terms, it's a very young time to have a hangover like that, and he's wrapped up and kind of keep him warm. The other dwarves kind of serving him water. They try and serve him ale, and he throws up again. But you'd see that the Jarl is kind of okay in the morning. She's kind of nesting herself and kind of putting kind of a frozen bit of meat against her head. 7 night, huh? Looks across as your group as you're just slowly waking up in the halls. Some of you kind of found your way into just they put out soft bedding. Some of you fallen asleep against the beams and whatnot. Well, if you need any breakfast or anything before you head out, let us know, but we believe there'll be clear skies for the next few days. Good time to travel. Where are you heading to first?
Wait, I thought there was a blizzard, she said.
It was.
Pass.
It passed overnight.
It was
That
last
was
night.
overnight.
It was just a quick blizzard. Got it.
It basically brushed past overnight.
We're heading north to Holm.
Well, the path is dangerous often, but you might be okay. After a blizzard, a lot of creatures go back into the mountains, so. All right. Well, do you need anything before you leave?
I don't think so.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
No one travels on an empty belly.
Of course. All right. Fetch the food for them. I'm going to go be sick. She stands up, wanders out into the open. You see a couple of people who aren't drinking kind of bring over, and they start kind of putting together a new table for you guys. You'd see there's loads of drinks spilled and stains over the ones you were using last night, and start serving out some food in the morning, some kind of vegetable broth, and then also a just kind of general meat, some cooked game and stuff, and some fish. Mostly they eat the kind of same portions that they do each day, and they put it out for you so you can all have a hearty breakfast. Is there anything you want to do before setting out into the trail?
Get our outfits, our warm clothes.
Yeah, we gotta pick up our stuff, and I'll grab some extra rations from wherever. We don't have to actually do it. I'll just however many I can get.
You'd be able to pick up several rations. Just knock off a couple of gold, and you've got enough rations for the
I would also
couple of days
wrap
of
up
travel.
and sort of pocket any extra food they make for us.
Okay, yeah.
A sort
good idea.
of free food for travel.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you're just kind of wasting away some of it. Down at the Bellaman shop, you get down there, and you don't see him out the front. You can hear inside. Ugh. And he opens up his door. His eyes kind of got bags under them. He looks across you. I've got it. Hold on. It was a nightmare. Yet the hide is so thick. I got it all done now. Your outfits. Starts coming out. Puts them on these kind of like, almost like hangers. He puts them onto this line outside. Each one. Timothy, you're one. A little tighter and snug, smaller around you, with a Yeti hood. The head kind of coming around with its mouth open.
Can Skull tell, is this definitely Yeti fur?
Yeah, it seems to be legit. Though you were correct in saying that a direwolf is not much. Like, a Yeti's a bit more resilient than a direwolf, but not to an extent.
Not with the price difference.
Yeah. It's more the rarity that you sold it on. Yes?
Before we leave the longhouse, I forgot that I keep forgetting that I have this. Fia's gonna see Timmy grabbing a couple of the, like, whatever. Put together enough for, like, a full serving and chuck it in the bento box.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you pull together a good meal into the bento box, and you see it kind of knock away, keeping safe and sound inside. Yeah, he hangs out each of your outfits, one for Basil, one for Fia, one for Timothy, one for Fabia. Is that all? I'd like to go get some sleep.
It is.
800
looks
gold.
really good.
As I work through the night.
You did work through the night. You did a really good job. And it all looks really good. My friends told me that Yeti's not actually that much better than direwolf.
Your friends don't know shit.
Really?
They
My friends are a Krigven and a Lokavat, and they gave me a bunch of shit.
a Lokavat that spends most of his time in the water, and a Krigven that doesn't seem to be part of any clan. Why do they believe them? Why not believe me? I've made you lovely outfits.
They are really nice. And you did work through the night. And I'm happy to pay the 200 gold for each of them. And I was going to give you 100 extra as the tip, but I feel like you kind of took advantage of us on the price a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to just give you 50 as a tip because I do feel bad that you stayed up all night. And I think you're going to feel like that was a pretty good deal.
I think you'll think it's a good deal when you're out there in the biting cold and you realize you barely can feel it.
You did a really good job.
I did a great job. Besides, anyone who can afford 800 gold, 850, probably doesn't give a shit about spending it.
Also, the hood looks fucking sick. Looks over at Timmy with the hood on.
I put it over.
You see it just kind of wraps around. You see the kind of where the eye sockets are and the mouth. And the jawline comes up almost like a turtleneck underneath. Looks like your kind of head's in like caught in its mouth almost. It's not bad. Not bad for a night's work.
If we find one up there, we'll haul it back for you.
All right, I'll buy that of you.
All right.
Again, if it's damaged.
Of course.
Go tell your friends it's much harder to kill a Yeti without damaging its fur.
I'll let them know.
Yes. I don't think you realize how much poison we had to go through. Anyway, your outfits are there. I holds his hand out for the gold.
Hands it over.
He opens up. Looks inside. You paid the same amount? You paid the right amount?
Yeah. Wait, I have an option to just hand over less? That's shitty.
Yeah, of course. You could hand over 850 fake gold
You have the
pieces.
option to fucking kill them if you really want. You can just murder them and
You can take a shit right now on the ground if you wanted. It's D&D. You can do whatever you like.
Suddenly cast distort value. It looks like there's 1,000 gold there. No, I just give him the right amount.
Okay. He takes the gold, puts it to one side. Hey, good luck out there.
Thanks.
You see him just kind of resting his head. He shifts the gold under his chair and then falls asleep. Okay. You've got your outfits. They will help you against the cold pretty well. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do before you set out?
Probably some general provisions, like cured meats, that kind of stuff. Stuff that can survive the cold.
I think Fear picked up with the rations and stuff, so you should be good for food supplies. If there's any other supplies, let me know if you want to buy anything that you might find useful for... No? All good?
They sell like snowshoes for humans.
Yeah, they pick those up.
Yeah, that guy does. We all have some.
Oh, you've got some? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Actually, I bought them in Wolfguard.
You bought them back in Steel Harbor, didn't you?
Probably some rope as well, just in case.
Yeah, you can buy some rope. You have some extra rope as well from the ship as well, if you wanted to do another 40 feet or so. But yeah, you could probably find lots of rope down at the docks.
Cool.
Okay. You gather up together, and the northern pass leads out onto the snow. You can see they've kind of got...
think of one thing. Wait.
Yeah?
Does anybody look like they sell any kind of map or anything? I know we've got two people who, are from Fjordhelm, but
Yeah. You could probably find...
I like maps.
You'd be able to find someone down by the docks who would say to you, see kind of a fisherman, he's like... Older fella. Got a wispy kind of white beard, and his hair still have tattoos on the sides of his head. His hair's kind of matted and kind of pulled back a little bit.
I've never drawn up a map, but I've traveled all around and I have a good memory. I could try and draw something up.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
All right.
He looks around.
I have.
He pulls out you see him kind of as you're doing that. He's getting out this kind of long bit of skin almost, like fur on the bottom side, like a fur. He gets fish and he just starts breaking them apart and mushing them.
What?
If you would prefer, I have paper and ink. If that's fine too.
Ink? I'll take the ink, but what is paper?
Oh, it's just here. They hand it over.
He looks at. And he kind of puts his hand out for the ink.
Hand it over.
And you see him kind of drew the same map that you guys can see on your screen. You see he kind of draws up a crude version. The scaling's a bit off. You can tell it seems some of the distances are a little bit different. But for the most part, most of the places on the western coast at least the same. As you get further in, he just kind of has a blank slate there, and then Caldavas is in the middle of nowhere, and he draws a nice lake near it. The kind of more eastern region, sorry, it's the western region he's got. The eastern region is mostly just guesstimate where he's placing things. So for the western coast, you can kind of get yourselves a crude map. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
And that would cost you 10 gold.
Okay. Hand it over.
Okay. You gather your map, you've got provisions, and you've got yourself your furs. Is there anything else you want to do before setting out onto the path?
No.
I got nothing.
Okay. The path out northward towards home. There's no real roads in Fjordhelm. It's not really designed like that. The only pathways you'd find the stepping stones leading out to some of the houses, which are... They lead probably anywhere from maybe 500 feet is the max you'd find a house away from this town at the moment, at least northward. Most people try and live on the southern end or the eastern end of this town. You'd follow the path and the step stones leading you there before past the final house, wrapped around a stone. Some more stones kind of laid out. Just blankets of snow. Some mounds of grass mixed in. The blizzards definitely brought some more snow in. But for the most part, it is just wild territory now. You won't really need to put your snowshoes on for a little bit, but after maybe an hour of travel, you do. You start heading northward into Fjordhelm. You find yourselves getting deeper into the snow. The coast and the sound of the coast behind you. Even just leaving the town within the first hour, you already start feeling the cold. But only for you guys on your face. For Skold and Adderward, it's a familiar feeling. The Yeti fur holds up, and you feel none of the cold biting through it. You can kind of wrap up and brace against the wind, pull it down against you. Each one of you has a hood. It's just one of you has the Yeti hood. And block the kind of winds. And you can feel the wind slightly on the outside of the fur, but it actually blocks off. You feel pretty sweaty underneath. But you kept heading into the snow. Moving along it, you can start to see the mountains in the distance as the Whisperwind Mountains come into sight, far off. They're ever over the horizon. A couple of days walk away, the highest peaks you can see from this point. But clear skies. Bright. The snow reflects quite a lot of the sun, and you can easily see where you're going. Seeing around for miles of flat land, some hilly territory, but mostly flat. Rocky beneath your feet whenever you're stepping onto the portions which are not grassy knolls and snow. Let's go ahead and get a general survival check from everyone, please. Just as a general awareness kind of survival check, just to see how well you're doing against, like...
Nat 20.
Advantage for Adderward and Skold, because you guys are.
13.
Does Aaron have to make any since he isn't affected by cold?
This is more about pacing. So this is more about knowing which snow to step on, which like portions, so you don't trip or anything like that.
Well, Timmy got a 12.
So this kind of determines pacing. I'll do Fabio and Basil as well. 1 second. So Adderward, you're a little slower than you usually are. Maybe it's because you've been on, you're not back and used to it yet. And you're journeying with a group, so your pacing's a little bit slower than you usually are. Skold, you're back in familiar territory. But for everyone else, is that the second one? Well, that's for Aaron, right?
Yeah.
So only actually Timothy and I think it's just Timothy actually. It's kind of slowing down the pace more so than usual, and you're kind of struggling with the snow. But overall, you're going at a decent pace together. You've kind of helped each other along. You pass by for a couple of hours. You occasionally hear in the distance the sounds of kind of birds flying past, heading across the coastline. But for the first time in a long time, all of you kind of mostly just hear peace. Despite the cold, there's something beautifully quiet about Fjordhelm when it's not biting you directly. You move your pathway, starting to become more hilly as you start to close in on the end of your first day. Not a single problem in sight as you travel this way north. As the sun starts to set on the first day, you've made decent distance. But it's definitely getting colder now. Even in your furs, you're starting to see that your nose is getting cold and you kind of have the ripe around your face entirely. Slightly snowing as it starts to reach nighttime. The ground around you now less so patches of grass. You're going to have to start putting your snowshoes on. Are you traveling through the night, or are you going to settle down for the night? And if you do settle down for the night, how would you like to rest? What kind of precautions do you take?
we'll settle down.
Yeah, is there anywhere to like kind of get out of the wind and
Right
is
now,
it like totally flat?
you're pretty much in the flatlands going north.
Okay.
There's the occasional tree that kind of stands stalwart, but it's covered in snow. The bottom it kind of embedded, almost pine-like. But you're mostly in the flats right now.
I mean, I think Skull would start digging into the flats to create like a wind barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and do an athletics check.
Okay. This is just like what his people do if they're out in the flats at night. They would dig into the ground and create a wall.
Yeah.
For the wind, like a trench almost.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah, you building yourself like a little crater. An 18, yeah. So you managed to kind of do it pretty quickly. You definitely find it's a little bit awkward because you have to make it bigger than you usually would. So you're now like takes you a little bit longer than you'd hope, but you managed to do it pretty well. Build a good like few feet down into the ground, so it's enough for the wind to kind of brush over you all, and build yourselves a little trench. Sun's still setting and getting quieter. Is there anything else you want to do?
Well, if we're planning on staying here for any sort of like overnight thing, Alward would want to fly up into the air and sort of scout the general area around because there are lots of beasts.
Yeah.
In this area, so he'd do a scouting lap.
Go ahead and roll a perception check as you fly into the air and you start drifting around.
18.
Okay. You spend the first portion of your flight just kind of drifting along, looking around. It's mostly empty. You see in the distance, you occasionally see some small amounts of just like game that's kind of rushing over towards the tree line in the distance, but and heading their way towards any river source they can. You do notice a little bit northeast of you, there's two larger crag cats, which are basically big furry, like lion creatures. Pretty dangerous, and they're gnawing on some meat they've already caught. You can pretty much guess that they probably won't disturb you if they're already feeding, unless you were to cause some sort of ruckus to cause them to come over. Other than that, as you drift around, it seems mostly safe. You can't see any idea. You don't really get as many like worms up at your area, like purple worms or whatnot. They're more found in the east of Fjordhelm and near the Blinding Wastes. It's only rare that you'd occasionally want to see one up here, and for you look around and see no signs of any disturbed snow. It looks pretty clear right now. The blizzard, very much the reason.
I'd take the first little bit, I guess, while Adelward's scouting around, and I'll summon Pog.
Okay.
Just so we summon another set of eyes.
Okay. Yeah. You can do a little perception check if you want to fly him around. Anything else? You got your trench. The sun is now.
I mean, Skald can't be surprised by anything.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that at this point, Adelward is going to start a sort of magical item crafting project that he will be continuing to do.
Do very well.
Okay.
He wants to start making a ring of protection.
Okay.
For himself.
That will take quite a while because it's rare, right?
Yeah, that's the curse of D&D crafting.
Yeah, that's okay. You can start
until I come across one.
Yep, that makes sense. You can start working on a design. If you don't need a schematic because you've got Skald's one there, so you can kind of work off of that as a schematic and trying to kind of almost backwards engineer it. If he lets you,
Skald would like remove it and let you study it.
Okay. You can put a bunch of hours whilst everyone's getting prepped into that.
I'm just going to go ahead and say that'll probably just be the new constant. If there's time during long rests or downtime, Adelward's crafting.
Does your feature only reduce the time it takes, or does it also reduce the cost?
It reduces cost and time.
Is it the cost by half?
I believe it's half on both.
Okay.
Yes.
It would cost you 12 gold then. So 12 golds of materials spent overnight. Whether that comes from you or not, it's up to you. You put some of the components you bought and stuff together and start piecing it, beginning the framework. of the ring of protection. Okay, whilst he's doing that, whilst you've dug your trench, are you doing anything for heat source for the night? Are you gonna? What's your plan there?
Scald. I can emit the heat of a campfire from my body.
Oh,
You can. I forgot about that.
During a long
y'all
rest.
cuddle
Did
Skull.
that in Wolfguard for us.
Yeah.
So Scald will literally just emit enough heat that everyone will be warm in the trench.
Put my hands up.
Yeah. You find being down in the trench, this is just strange and almost just like you'd see Adderward. It's a magical aura coming from Scald. And it's kind of like almost like transmutation magic. It's inbuilt into the runes.
Gross. Adlord's gonna do one last thing.
Disgusting.
As we tuck in, he's going to grab one of the cannonballs and use Tiny Servant. He's going to cast Tiny Servant on it, and it will come to life. It will sprout 2 cannonball legs and arms.
Okay.
Sort of gross and a little weird.
Okay.
I'll just say to it, I want you over there. I want you to keep watch. And if anything approaches us, you will alert me. And then you will blow up. Ideally on the thing approaching us.
Okay. Sure.
Those are your orders.
You see as it kind of gets up, walks over and just stands. You see this kind of little cannonball made into a little tiny, like almost just small construct. It just kind of tiny construct. It kind of stands there on the edge and just looks out. Just double check. I think it's got blind. Yeah, it's got blind sight.
It's got blind sight. It can see 60 feet ahead of it. It's active and can receive orders and transmit information to me up to 120 feet away.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, you see this little tiny servant goes up there and just waits on the side, watching out for you.
And he'll last for 8 hours, which is the exact same amount of time as a long rest. So.
Cool. Yeah.
Are we good with that as our only watch? Well, Pog's awake, I guess, as well. It can circle around in there. Or do we want to actually
If you wanted to do set watches,
ourselves?
you will take 10 hours to rest.
Yeah, I know.
That's up to you guys. You happy with just that?
My magic can handle it.
I think we're okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it's warm down in the trench. And you can just kind of feel this, like it's almost encased in there as well. And you all drift off to sleep at night. No light being emitted from there, but enough heat that you've kind of... You could see like Skuld's slight reddened rune light up, and that kind of almost emits the heat off, but it doesn't glow from the area. You all take in and fall asleep. And when you wake up, not a single disturbance overnight. You find yourselves waking in the morning to the sun slowly coming up. The cold not as biting. The wind calming down as well as the morning comes. And you can continue your journey northward. The construct is fine.
Oh, rise and shine.
Yeah, he'll walk up to it as it.
It's like slightly buried under
ceases to
some of
live
the snow.
anymore.
Yeah. It collapses to the ground.
And he'll just put it back in his bag and move on.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, you begin heading northward again, and it isn't long into the next day that you come across less snow as you go up hills and come across more kind of gravelly ground. There's still kind of snow that's been brought in by the blizzard, and there's kind of soft blanket on it, but it's not settled. The ground here is dirt-ridden. Less vegetation has grown on it. You can see that snow does come here frequently, but right now, during this time of the year, it doesn't. Some trees. Go ahead and everyone roll a perception check. Has everyone got Fabia's and...
That's a nat 1.
You are not staring in the right direction. You're kind of just looking ahead, keeping in mind. Or like you're doing the opposite, actually, in a way. You're like looking around you, kind of aware that, you know, you should always be on your guard up here. That you're just leaving it down to whoever's at the front to look. By the way, we might need a couple of people to Jaeger Fabia and
I have Basil's sheep, but I don't have Fabia's.
You can do Basil.
Yeah, I don't have Fabio's.
Hold on.
I see. I need to give Fabia out to everyone.
No. No, it opened up into the character mancer. I don't want to touch it.
Did it?
I think Basil's in the process of leveling
Yeah, I think
up.
Basil was in the process of leveling up. I'm closing it. I'm too nervous.
That is absolutely okay.
I don't want to break it.
It's okay. Okay. So.
Okay, it's okay.
Who
I got an
rolled?
18. I got a 21.
Okay. Pog will notice it first. Up ahead of you guys, by the tree line. The tree's going to get a little thicker to the side, and some foliage around there, but set near kind of a tree. You can see this in plenty of furs, and set there next to an unlit campfire. A large individual. At first, it looks like a human at a distance, but as you get closer, you realize it's getting bigger and bigger, and you realize that his pale, kind of stone-like skin with blackened tattoos going down it on his face. This is a Goliath sat next to a tree. As he sees you, stands up. And then hobbles towards you.
Oh no.
I mean you no harm, friends. Holds a glaive to his side.
We mean
Pointed to
you
the
no
ground.
harm. Are you okay?
I'm injured. You have food, medicine, anything.
Yeah, what happened? Go sit down, sit down. What happened?
He sits down.
I was attacked. Damn creature came out the ground. Bit my leg. I was out on a scout.
Came out of the ground? What was
Nasty
it?
creature. A Hawkus.
You know that Adderwarden skull to be essentially a bullet orca.
Jesus Christ.
Have you got any medicine? Food?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see what we've got.
This is bullet territory. We've got a healer. Timmy.
I
Yeah.
can help him.
Anything without magic?
Magic's all you're gonna find here, friend.
I'll get a ration out.
It'll save your life too.
Does it come from your hand or from items?
From my
His
hand.
Those are magical weapons. How do you?
Yeah.
How are you capable of this?
You see him kind of wrap around his cloak. He's got this beautiful blue cloak that goes over his fur. He wraps around his neck.
Huh. Well, food and medical supplies would be good. Didn't expect magical items.
Pushes himself to his feet.
Run!
And you hear rustling coming from the tree line as several more Goliaths come out with their axes drawn. And a great big blue-furred rhino creature goes. You can see they've kept it back in the foliage as an ambush starts.
This is the Fjordhelm I know.
Let's go right out of
finally.
This place is a shithole.
I dare say the skull knew exactly what this was and invited it anyway.
So did Al.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just been fucking raring for a fight the entire time we've been here.
Let us go ahead and get people's initiative rolls. Go ahead and put yourselves kind of centerpiece of the map around here. Or around here. On the left side here. And let me put some of these guys onto the board. Now you can do initiative. If you've already done it, I can put your numbers up.
Where's the person we were near? Because I would have walked up towards him.
He would have been right by the tree here.
Okay.
Okay.
Living.
Oops. Okay.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
Just since I didn't send you the list, I would have had, and this is going to be just the case in every long rest from now on, is I would have casted Imbue Luck on myself, on my weapon, and bond item. So those 2 slots are already used by me.
Cool. All right.
I still gotta do my initiative. Sorry.
That's okay. I've got to put them on initiative order anyway, so you've got a little bit of time. Someone could Jaeger Basil, and someone can Jaeger Fabi if you like. Okay, let me put these guys onto the initiative. We just
Dude, that's
kind of
funny looking rhino, dude.
Yeah, a bluish rhino. I saw it and I was like, I've got to throw this thing in. This is a Fjordhelm creature through and through.
Okay, how are we gonna do Basil if she was in the middle of?
I'm gonna say just click accept.
Cancel
Say
it.
what we
Yeah,
would.
just click cancel and they can just redo it.
Oh, can I? I'm gonna move Adelward to be sort of in the position of where he was with what you described with like the
That's fine.
perception thing. So he'd
Yep.
be more in the back, like here.
That's fine. Yeah, I didn't expect everyone to be right around it. We can put Fabio back here as well.
Actually, would we have been approaching from the over here? This kind of area.
It'd be more from the south.
would've been
I imagine you guys going
Okay.
kind of north.
And
of
yeah,
that
he would have been here.
And then I'll put Basil onto the turn order as well, or I put him onto the map.
Hold on. I have a tiny screen, so I gotta move some stuff around so I can grab them.
Yep, I'm on the left side there. Okay.
He needs an initiative roll, though, right?
Yep.
Okay, Basil. Initiative. Okay. Oops.
Okay. So there's only 4 of them except for the leader, and then also this great big kind of woolly rhino creature. All right. Is everyone onto the turn order? Did you get Basil on? Who's going to be doing Fabia?
Do we have control yet? Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah, everyone should.
I'll probably take my turn and then like swap so she can do. her
I
stuff.
already have 2
Okay,
people.
yeah,
so
that sounds good. If you want to roll Fabia's initiative, then Shane.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Should definitely be in the back.
Yeah, I put it on the board already, so you're good there.
Not good.
That's okay. Okay. So up first is Basil. As you just see these Goliaths start rushing out from the tree line, trying to get to you guys.
Okay. Basil will be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. They were lying. Because he believes best in everyone. And then Basil is going to... What does this one do? Basil is going to shatter...
Okay.
Hold on, wait. Let me make sure I'm far enough. Yeah, okay. So, what is it? It's 60 feet.
It should be a...
Sorry. It's 60 feet. Okay, he's gonna like shatter here.
It's a con save, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
Alright, con. DC for Basil is what?
Is 17.
17. The Goliath fails, the Rhino Cryoceras succeeds. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. I do know what that damage is. It
If you just
is.
click the word shatter, it should you should be able to cast it straight off the sheet.
Yeah. Hold on. Too many sheets. Submit.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Sorry.
this guy's-
17.
And it's thunder damage, right?
Yes.
17 here, and then 8 here. As this, you see Basil kind of ripple out the sound. You come out and just ripple against their skin, causing this kind of nasty burst of magic. Anything else?
No.
Okay. On the Cryoceras' turn, it is going to ride straight at you, Fia. gets up to you.
Okay.
And it is going to do its
Get my
gore
own
attack.
sheet.
That's a 25 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
You take 16 points of piercing damage as you get hit by this horn. And then you feel
Okay.
frost shoot up it, and you take 10 points of cold damage on top of that. As you just get slammed by the horn. And then the corn.
Even
Could you also
worse.
make a strength saving throw as well, please?
Which one?
A strength save.
13.
As you get hit by it, you get knocked to the ground. You are prone.
Okay.
It is now going to do its stomp with advantage. That's a 23 to hit.
That is gonna hit.
And you take an extra 11 points of... Wait, let me check. Yeah, I rolled really low. 11 points of bludgeoning damage as it just starts stomping on you with its hooves straight after knocking you down to the ground. And, goes, and it almost
I just
draws
yell,
in
"Ow."
the cold breath instead of breathing it out.
Okay.
Okay. Pog. Does Pog go get his own initiative order?
I don't know. I can't remember, which is why I just did it.
I don't think so.
No, wait, no, because he goes
with.
with find familiar rules.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
That's
you
okay.
could delete that. Sorry. Look, I'm happy I remember to put him on the board. So
No, it's fine.
baby steps.
It's fine. This raid is going to rush over this. 10, 20, 25. Going straight towards you, Adderward.
All right, I'll take an attack of opportunity
Go for it.
as he approaches.
Yep.
23.
The hits.
Damage will be 10, and Thundermonger for 22.
He is going to do his Stone's Endurance. He reduces that by 9 damage, but manages to still get burnt pretty bad as you just jab into him. So that'd be, 27, 30 damage reduced by 9, so 21 damage.
Yes, and now I will have to do that wisdom saving throw or be fearful of me. It'll be 16 to beat.
As you just stun into him, goes... and he doesn't want to get any closer to you, so he just pulls out one of his javelins and throws it at you with disadvantage.
Okay.
10. Just like throws it into the ground too slow. Like standing kind of broad, but didn't expect a Lockavat to do that. So he's kind of a bit taken aback right now.
I love Fjordhelm. This is classic. This is really good. This is really what it's all about. How it looks to the rest of the group.
So Goliath is just going to stare at you bewildered. Probably a sight that you're quite used to when you kill Krigven. They never expect a Lockavat to be fighting back like this.
Yeah, Adelward gets a genuine, immense amount of satisfaction kicking people's asses in the ways of Fjordhelm, because they always have, that same kind of bewilderment.
This one's going to rush around to try and jab with his axe at... he's gonna try and do his axe. Oh, shit, the other guy actually would have had 2 javelin throws. He's going to throw his other javelin. It's a 9 to hit. He throws 2 into the ground before you. Just a bit too kind of like shook up. Let me actually put that. He's frightened. 1 sec. We'll just do this face. Sure, the tired face. The other one's going to come up to you, lift his great axe, and try and swing at you twice. Scold.
Okay.
18 and a 17.
Miss.
Yeah, you just see he goes clinks against your maul as you deflect him off twice. The next guy, rush down here near his captain, and go for you, Timothy. The 2 Grex. That's a nat 20. You take 18 points of slashing damage as he just rushes, leaps, and then hits you with his axe, cutting you straight down. And then he's going for his second attack. A 15 to hit.
Nah.
Managed to bring up your shield against the next one. Wincing for a moment from the pain of the first strike. This guy's going to rush to the side, and he's going to throw 2 of his javelins straight at Aaron. A 24 and a 25 to hit.
They both hit.
Jesus.
He takes 6 from the first one as one just javelin just hits him straight into the machine, like cogwheels in the bottom of his leg, and then a second one strikes him right in the arm. The second one's 5 points of piercing, so a total of 11. Okay, Fear.
Okay. Is it like standing on me or I'm just prone?
You're prone right now. He's just trying to stamp on you. It's moved back a bit.
Okay, so it's not like I'm held down. I'm just legit prone.
Just kind of
okay,
standing
cool.
over you now. It's all in the midst of the moment. It's just trampled on you when it comes to your turn.
I got it. Okay, I'm gonna stand up for half my movement. I'm gonna misty step on out of there because that place sucks, and I will go. I will go. I guess. I have the wrong thing selected. I will go here.
Yep. Appear back there in a cloud of smoke.
And then I am going to. What do they have? Javelins and swords?
Javelins and axes.
Javelins and axes. Okay.
Come on, as a glaive.
Okay, that was my bonus action, and then I'm gonna twin firebolt.
Okay. Which one?
And I'll go for this guy and this guy.
Okay, roll to attack.
Not on that sheet, that's Basil. Hold on, sorry. Okay, so 1 and 2.
They both and whiff past. They dodge.
They whiff.
Hitting into the snowy section, just kind of dissipating into them. Both of them missing.
And then I'm gonna come kind of behind Basil with the rest of the other like 10, 15 feet of my movement.
Okay. Not a problem. Adderward, Aaron's on deck.
Elward is going to move here. I'm guessing it's like a tipped over log, probably like difficult terrain to climb onto.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to go to there. He is going to take a swing at the big, funny looking rhino for 28.
Yeah, that hits.
So 7 damage plus Thundermonger for 26.
Yep. Okay.
Terrifying Thunder, Wisdom save 16 on the rhino.
Okay, so that's what a total of 33 damage, yeah? And
yes.
Then, rolled a 15, so it fails, right?
Yes, it fails, so it's also frightened of me.
Okay.
And now I can do a new thing. I just got 11. On a bonus action, whenever I do thunder damage, I can cast Thunderclap for free. So they have to make Constitution saving throws now.
Okay.
For DC 16 as well.
Thunderclap.
13 and 11, they both fail.
Okay, so they both take 10 damage, and Adelward is thrown back to here.
Yeah, you're just bursting away from them, and they both take the 10 kind of thunder damage bursting off of your glaive. You see the Goliath, kind of some burns and wounds are in now. The rhino, for the most part, looks pretty unharmed. Some burns and kind of cuts across it, but it just looks more angry at you right now. Also quite fifth.
Good.
Aaron.
That's it.
I would say Anna's going to go up to the top guy right here.
Yep.
And go for first the 2 quarterstaffs.
Go for it.
Where's the second? There it is.
Both of them
17
hit.
and 24. Okay. So that is first 10 and 6.
All right, 16 points of bludgeoning damage. Knock him twice.
And then the double unarmed strike. Flurry.
Okay.
Only 13 and then 18.
Both of them hit.
Excellent. For 18 more.
Another 18 points of damage. Nice. You're just whacking him around, knocking him with both the course off, then punching him twice. Your metallic fist kind of hit him in the gut. Go ahead and roll for your wave equilibrium table.
Yes. Any second.
Oh.
3, close.
DC goes up by 1. Okay, anything else?
Mm-mm.
The raid leader on his turn, he is going to... He's going to attack Scold from this distance, seeing that you're kind of fighting against his friend. He just goes, trying to hit with his glaive. A 12 for the first one just clinks off your arm, and then the second one's a 23 to hit.
Hits.
You take 16 points of slashing damage as he just brings his glaive straight down. You're cutting down your arm. That is all we can do. Fabia.
Who was controlling Fabia?
I'm not sure.
I thought Sam had said
we were gonna alternate, but she's a bit.
I already have 2 people.
And Sam, it's up to you to control them.
She fire. All right. Do I have a character sheet?
You should do.
She has. Was it steady aim?
Yep. She can get and if someone's next to someone, she gets her sneak attack from that anyway.
Yeah. So she'll fire at this guy with her great rock bow. A 23 to hit.
It hits.
18 sneak, 6 piercing, 2 necrotic.
Very nice. So 26 points of damage. That guy's looking real hurt. The arrow hits into him, just starts causing this nasty necrotic kind of burns, and his veins start going black around. He goes, I hear him muttering giant say, "They're tougher than they look." The raid leader doesn't even give him mind. Anything else?
That's her turn.
Timothy.
He goes, "Take that, you bitch!"
Yeah.
Yo,
You're on
Timothy
deck.
clicks his shoes and makes it way up here and holds out his hand as a beam of pure light comes out and hits.
Nice.
yo,
Where was it?
Timothy, on my turn, I'm going to copy your move, so make sure you aren't standing there in that line.
I'll move right after.
When you click your boots, do you get disengage as a bonus action? Or would you take attacks
I'm
opportunity?
fine with taking the hits, yeah. I'm
Okay.
fine.
The glaive from the raid leader. That's an 8. That's a low roll. And then the other 2, a 12 and a 7. They all just like swing and miss.
These guys are kind of embarrassing.
I'm
kinda
I'm faster than they
sad.
realize.
You guys are pretty strong now.
I did not expect a dwarf to be that
So
fast.
they all
true.
need to make a con save. All 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things.
Yeah. Okay. I do the con saves for the 3 raiders. 16 on the top one, 21, 17.
17 is what they need.
So the 2 bottom ones make it, and then the leader doesn't make it with a 12. And the rhino also doesn't make it. The only people that made it are these 2.
Excellent. Okay, so it's half on fail or half on save, full on fail for 25 radiant damage.
Shoot out this bright light. It just kind of shines off of the snow even more, melting it as it goes by with this radiant energy. Bursting through. Doing the 4-man to this guy.
Then I move down here, so I stay in his range.
And then this guy only takes, so it's 25, so plus 12. This guy actually drops dead. He gets hit by it. Even though he tries to dodge it, he drops down onto the ground dead. The leader gets hit for the first time, getting hit by the full beam. And this guy gets hit by a little bit, and then the creature just slapped right on the back with it. Kind of looking around just in pure anger, looking for something to kill.
And my hand is still glowing. It's not done yet, but that's my turn for now.
Skull.
Skull parries these blows, and then the one hiding behind the other guy manages to land a wound, and he becomes angered. He's gonna, without swinging his maul, he's just gonna thrust it at the guy in front of him.
Okay.
So let's roll a hit. It's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, for 14 bludgeoning.
Just hitting right in the face.
And he staggers him back 5 feet just to like move him out of the way.
The people who did fail are blind. I forgot to say that. I should have pasted
how
the
long?
spell. For until my next turn.
Nice. They're blinded. You can see they're kind of just trying to shine against it. Okay.
And then he's gonna walk forward towards the one that stabbed him, and he's gonna kind of like crack his neck and go to town on this guy.
Cool.
Let's do 1, 20 for 17. 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
For 14.
Okay, yeah. So that's a total of what? 27, 31 points of damage.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you whack him twice. Actually, sorry. Roll your 2 attacks again because you have advantage against him. He's blinded. I believe blinded gives you advantage against them, right? Let me check. It might just be. Yes, it does. It does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, you have advantage against him because he's blinded. Just to see if you get a nat 20.
Okay.
No. Yeah, you whack him twice. He's like trying to open his eyes to see, but he can't. All right. Anything else?
That's my turn.
All right. Back to the top of the round, Basil.
Okay, Basil is going to cast slow on some guys.
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, he does. So
Alright,
this is exciting.
Who's he casting
So we're
on?
gonna do. It's a 40-foot cube, and it's creatures up to 6 creatures of his choice. So he's gonna do this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy.
Oh shit.
That's all of them, right?
Yeah.
And then there's that one lonely dude up there. Yeah, he's gonna cast slow on everybody down here. That is a wisdom save, and his DC again is 17.
Okay.
See if it works.
The raid leader you see suddenly uses reaction, and his cloak wraps around him, and entirely just kind of locks on him. He's still gonna roll it, but he's basically encased in his cloak. It's a 19 to save. She does save.
All right.
The next guy, a 21. This guy.
Okay.
I do the bottom guy. It's a 5. This guy goes under the effects of slow.
All right.
I can do that for the frighten actually. And then the rhino rolls a 10. Goes under the effects of slow. I'm going to use
Nice.
lightning bolt for the frighten and that tired face for the slow.
-2 to AC. Takes a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws. Can't use reactions.
Can use
Can
reactions.
use either action or bonus action, not both.
Yep.
Can't make more than 1 attack, etc. Okay.
I mean more tap. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's important. Cool. Yeah, you just see like the raid leader seems to kind of like hold against it. The top guy manages to dart out of its zone, and he just feels like time almost just weaves around itself. And the bottom raid is like looking at Adderwood, kind of scared. He goes, starts slowing down, and you just see the big creature
Creepy.
as they go into slow.
Okay.
Okay. On the Cryoceros' turn, it is actually blinded right now, so I'm going to use an intelligence check to see if it can work out where... a wisdom check, actually, to see if it knows where Adderwood is. Actually, it doesn't matter. It can't go towards Adderwood. I'll use it to see if it gets skulled. 17. It's going to turn, and with disadvantage, try and gore Scald. No, that's a natural one. It just goes, you just hear it kind of slowly go into the air near you, Scald. Going slow, this kind of ice horn just goes next to you and then just goes back down. But I can't do anything else. It's slow.
It can save to try to end the frighten now.
Okay, that's a wisdom save, yep.
Yep.
It's a nat 1. It remains kind of
this
fine.
guy's fucked.
It's like confused with its own being right now. It doesn't understand what kind of effect this is. It's also blinded right now and has been like shocked. It's completely in like a state of panic. The raider near you is going to go towards Fabia.
Ooh, it's leaving my zone of control, huh?
Yes. Does he have half
That
movement
was-
speed as well?
If he's slowed, he should.
Yeah.
If he's slowed.
So he just slowly moves away from it. He's also
I can post it in chat, I think.
no, 12 hits. This is exactly his armor class.
Oh, damn, really?
Actually, no, 10 is what you need because he's technically slowed as well.
Okay, so 7 damage.
Okay, 7
I'm not
damage.
thundermongering him.
Okay, you just give him like slash at the back. The lightning doesn't trickle down. He goes, oh, rushes towards Fabia, and just slowly brings down his axe towards her. It's a 25 to hit. Oh wait, he's inside. Well, 25 to hit even with disadvantage. Got the same thing twice, which does hit Fabia. Fabia's going to take 8 points of piercing damage. Wait, I rolled the wrong sheet. Let me do that again. It will still hit. 19 to hit. She only takes 8 points of slashing damage. Whoever's tracking Fabia. I can track her above her head if you want.
Yeah, you can track her.
Just gets slashed by the slow strike. The other raiders, the one next to you, Timothy, is going to go in for a strike. With 2 of his axe swings, a 16 and a 16 to hit you.
Neither.
Clinks off you twice, angrily trying to get through your shield. And then the other one is, having been pushed back by Scold, he's going to slip away from you, Scold. He'll take an attack of opportunity if you want it.
If you're feeling like it.
If I'm feeling like it?
If you feel like give it like hitting him this one time. Just as maybe this one time.
Nah.
He's going to go towards Aaron and do 2 swings there. A 23 and a 24.
Both hit.
Aaron takes 7 points of slashing and then 11 points of slashing. He just brings his axe down twice against him.
A second one.
I think that's all of them. Fia, add awards on deck.
Can you tell me which ones? Which ones are blinded?
I should have actually rolled for his wisdom check as well to see if he's still frightened. He's still frightened.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's hard for me to remember this stuff.
No, it's okay.
Too.
No, it's
There's
okay.
a lot of
It's
stuff
okay. There's a lot of stuff to
floating
track. Everyone. This guy, and this guy, and then the raid leader is technically blinded as well.
Okay, but not slowed. It's only the rhino and the bottom guy that are slowed.
Yeah, the bottom guy and the rhino are blinded, slowed, and frightened. Having a bad time.
Okay. That sucks for them.
Oh, no, he's not blinded. I don't think the guy on the bottom left.
Okay. Oh, that's Aaron. Sometimes I forget which tokens are whom. I was like, wait, who's that?
Doesn't look anything like you.
I don't. Well, no, I was just like, wait, I don't recognize that one.
Oh, okay.
Is that a bad guy?
Okay. I think Fia is going to. I'm gonna just have the ruler selected for an unknown fucking reason again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pop up here a little. I'm gonna pop up here a little bit more. I don't know. I'll go here. And then I'm gonna just twin firebolt for right now. The slow team slow.
Okay.
Let's see if we can pop them. Okay, so I got
bottom one, then the rhino. It's a man and rhino.
a 22 and a 28.
God damn, that 22 is a high roll. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Oh, because you guys just turned level 11, that's why, right?
Yeah.
So 22.
So the bottom one's actually 2 nat ones and a 10. Oh,
yeah, all of our cantrips.
So a 22 and a 17.
And a 17. Yeah, you just see the fire burst up against both of them. You see, kind of confused for a moment. Oh, you have an advantage. Roll again, just in case you get nat 20.
Oh, okay. I will do so.
Only on the only on the rhino. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was worse. So,
okay. No. Yeah, you're good. The firebolts go hitting both against him. This guy down the bottom is looking really hurt. Kind of burns and wounds all over him. Bonus action.
Okay,
and movement.
I'm gonna have Pog move over here.
Okay.
And then I think I am gonna stay there.
Okay.
Okay.
Add a ward.
Award is going to move right here between these two, and he's going to cast Thunderstep. So they both have to make Constitution saving throws or face my wrath.
Face the wrath. Come on, do it.
They both fail.
They both take 22 damage, and Adelward is going to teleport to here.
Nice. Okay.
Where he will then backblast again.
Oh my god.
Which he can do whenever he casts Thunder. I can do it up to 4 times as many times as my intelligence modifier.
You see...
so these two are now also going to take Constitution saving throws as I teleport near them and cast Thunderclap.
You see this guy drop down, getting electrocuted by it, dropping down dead. And then these two are going to do con saves, yeah?
Yes.
Are you able to move it all afterwards?
I'm gonna move 1.
Top guy fails.
If I hit them. If I don't hit them, then maybe not. I can
both
rotate. They both fail. Then they both take 11 damage, and Adelward once again bounces 1 block away.
You notice this guy, wrapped in his cloak now, only takes 5 points of the damage. It like ripples against the cloak, burning him slightly through it.
Nice.
Okay.
Aaron, already being next to someone, goes for 2 more quarterstaffs.
Yeah.
For a 13 and a 26.
They both hit. You guys are rolling high.
Right?
Yeah.
I think you guys have missed a single
A
hit.
lot of really good rolls and no misses across the board.
16 total damage. Is he still standing?
Second hit hits him right in the throat. He drops down dead to the ground.
Then he will go after the one right next to Timmy, actually standing right here, and do 2 unarmed strikes. For 12 and a nat 1. Ooh.
A nat 1 misses, but the 12 only just manages to hit. Darts up.
Okay.
Hits him once.
For 8 more.
8 more damage. He's going to go ahead and do his thing, actually, to try and prevent some of the damage. He prevents 5 of it. Kind of his skin going harder as he gets hit by the second strike. Go ahead and roll your d20.
Yes. Why do I always forget?
That's okay. It's because it hasn't popped yet. It's gone
Right.
up by 1d6.
Once it does.
Well, the more levels I get, the higher it's going to be because I get more key points. So.
Yep.
A 12. We
Okay.
good.
It goes up to a 3 now. On his turn, you can see his cloak goes and wraps down around his neck again. He looks around and notices in the time he's been in that cloak, half the people have died. He's like, Dodger's back. Nice. Let me go ahead.
She can't hear, I don't think.
She can't hear us.
She's working.
We're all muted.
Wow.
I think. Let me look at his. Yeah. He looks injured and he goes, fuck this. He's going to take his disengage action and he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
What a bitch.
And tries to run.
Not far enough, dude.
Yeah, he can't go far.
Never far enough.
Good luck with that,
It's a
my
case
friend.
of dash
Never
and
run
die
far
or
enough.
go a little bit. Yeah, you see him kind of darts. He dodges underneath anything you guys throw at him, moving backwards, and he kind of rushes on his back foot. And he shouts, retreat! And giant. Fabia. If you can hear.
I can hear. Hey guys, I missed all the action.
Hi, you got
I
attacked
just
by
got
the
leader. He's running away.
You
Shoot,
got
that
ambushed.
guy's running. Stop him. Don't let him run.
I shoot the leader.
Yeah, you do.
Suddenly you just come
I
back to
guess.
Oh, where are we?
I'm so,
You haven't moved since your
right.
last turn, so technically you have
great. I get advantage.
Advantage
Love
and your
that for
sneak.
me. I get sneak. Wonderful.
18 hits.
Great. Come on.
What's that? 20,
31.
31. Do you want to describe how you kill the leader? The 24 health remaining.
Fabia, as though in a drug-induced blackout, comes to and and realizes the true situation she's in, sees a guy running and shoots him, and then looks at the rest of the group like, did I do good?
You just think
Oh my god.
off the ground.
You
dead.
shot a guy last round and called him a bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
did.
true. You did do
Yeah.
As in character.
That sounds right. I do that all the time when I'm drunk.
that. Your husband knows you well. Okay. Anything else you want to do movement-wise now? Oh, wait, no. This you used up your movement to get the advantage, right?
Yes,
Yep.
that's the end of my turn.
Just kind of look around. He just drops dead. Timothy, you're next to the last guy.
Timmy with his hand still glowing moves up here and why is it not doing the snap? Oh, there it is.
Oh, also the.
Yeah, and gets both of them
Yeah, he does.
with another sunbeam because it's
Oh,
still going.
yeah.
I like that sunbeam. I was looking at it.
Maybe we can make the rhino like us. Maybe death isn't the answer.
Is it con saves?
Yeah, it's con saves.
Mm-hmm. The guy, I think, what does he have to be at 17?
Yeah.
The guy gets an 18, so he just succeeds. And then the rhino fails.
Okay, so 32 for Rhino, 16 for Guy.
No, Rhino.
He gets blasted.
Rhino,
with it.
no.
No.
The rhino's eyes like come back.
Character.
The wounds all over. It's like, slow. Gets hit by this beam and now goes. Managed to keep on his feet. It looks really wounded now.
It's blinded.
And its eyes go back again. Kind of holding on to itself.
Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have fucked this thing up. Okay, anything else?
That's it. I stay here.
Skull.
That's good.
Scald will turn to the rhino.
Mm-hmm.
And
No, Rhino-chan.
just like sideswipe it in the head with the maul. Try and break its horn or something.
Okay.
13 to hit.
Let me double check actually. Yeah, with the slow on it just hits.
Am I rolling twice or just
drop
once?
AC?
Slow drops AC by 2.
Damn, that's strong.
It's a really good spell.
Do I roll twice or just once?
Oh, you did 16 points of damage?
Yeah, 16 points of damage.
You do have advantage, but do you want to describe how you kill it?
I think he just turns around and he smacks it once and the horn cracks and it just falls over stunned.
He just slumps down dead on the ground. You still got your other attacks? There's still one guy.
Where is he?
He's the guy
He's
up
up by
by
me.
Timothy.
Okay. He'll squash his maul down into throw mode.
Mm-hmm.
And whip it straight over Adalward's head.
Cool.
You curve it over me, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Curve
He's
it.
boomerang.
27 to hit for 14.
Throw like a boomer.
It hits him against him once. And goes at your hand.
Cool. Again. He catches it and in a fluid motion throws it again. 25 for 11.
It hits. The guy is. I'll go ahead and give it you. He had 1 hit point left. You get to kill him how you like.
I guess the 2 blows to the back of the head. He just falls unconscious. He doesn't die.
Okay. Yeah.
Falls
You
unconscious.
knock him down to the ground. And you just kind of stand here in a field of mostly dead bodies. And the dead rhino.
Now this is Fjordhelm. Love it. Really can't get enough.
I'm gonna walk over to the leader and kick him because I'm pissed. I just got really hurt.
You can see on the leader, though he's bloodied fur and he's kind of got the arrow right in the back of his neck. His cloak looks unharmed, untarnished.
Yeah, Adalward wanted to look at the cloak.
Grab that cloak off him and just be like, "Fuck you, buddy."
Yeah,
No,
no,
I mean-
How is this cloak?
Adalward's gonna take it out of your hands and use Identify on it.
I'm gonna hold it for a
Or you,
second
like,
and be
destroy
like,
it or something.
and be
a
like,
psycho.
I'm tired of people grabbing shit out of my hands. You could ask nicely. Also, here, go ahead and take it and look at it. Stop grabbing shit out of my
Trying to
hands.
take it out of your hands anyway.
Are you gonna hold it? Okay, go ahead and do a athletics.
No, she's gonna let go of it, but as she's doing it, she's gonna say,
Okay.
"People need to stop taking shit out of my hands. It's fucking rude. Just ask."
Yeah, well,
And then she's gonna give it
I
to
don't
him.
know, maybe do some hand workouts or something. There's things for that.
Maybe
Adalward's
just
gonna mumble
be polite.
as he goes and starts identifying the cloak.
Okay. You identify the cloak, and you learn that it is a cloak of guarding. I'll put it into your journal so you can see it. Essentially, an enhanced cloak of protection.
Yo, gang, all I'm gonna say is I am attuned items starved, and
Sorry.
I already have 3.
I need
Does,
clothes.
Yeah, no, take it. Does
AC bonus would take care of my ring of protection desire too.
does this
Aaron
guy have
needs
any
that
like?
ring, then.
Do they have any
Yeah, I can keep
insignia or anything on them? Like,
Do they have any
Yeah,
what,
I
sorry?
would
just
Look at the other bodies
rando
and things.
bandits, or do they have like an insignia or something, or like?
No seaman insignia. They don't seem to be any kind of like organized
Like a band
underground group. They look like they're wearing the same kind of clothing and whatnot, so you can tell that they've obviously traveled together with each other, but not any.
Where's the sound out?
I can show you to you. There you go.
Oh, you're gonna give it to him.
Nothing else that seems like interesting though.
Does
On them.
anyone like want this cloak though? Because like I'm saying I want it.
You
but
should
if someone
take it.
else, like still wants
take
it.
it.
Just take it.
You
dude.
should take it for sure.
I
Okay.
can-
Lose your
wanted to
color.
see
You're gonna
it.
look really
there you go.
nice.
You can see it.
I'm just like I'm trying to fill out any part of my character's magic items because I am like I didn't really show it with my things as a character, so I'm trying to get whatever I can. Yeah, it's strong though.
The use on it, the long rest use on it, is also used until the next long rest now because he's kind of used it.
Okay,
Needs a
cool.
recharge.
Put that on the sheet.
So yeah, you get the cloak off of him. You don't find any insignias off them. They have kind of general like scrap iron and whatnot, and built into their iron axes and stuff. You can find general amounts of kind of food on them, though minimal. It seems that they kind of travel light and try and steal off any kind of passing buyers. Probably in total only about 20 gold pieces.
Take the food.
Okay.
Well, and the gold.
Yeah. You'd see
Any
this kind of-
iron they'll have, I'll still put into my forge just to have.
You can break
iron
down
in it.
all the iron. They're all iron battle axes, so and then an iron glaive, so you get plenty of stuff there. You can make probably a good 3 or 4 ingots from that, 5 ingots, all that. The one who's unconscious on the ground lies there for a moment before waking up kind of groggily. Looks around all of you. And giant.
Now, did that go how you thought it would go? Be honest.
How many times does that work on people?
Because it went exactly how I thought it would go. Did it go how you thought it would go, everyone?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen.
The frozen god. Just our luck to come across a group of travelers who can handle themselves. All of my brothers dead.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yeah, welcome to Fjordhelm, bitch.
I think he lives in Fjordhelm.
Well, no, he does.
This the meaning you say
do we.
that doesn't really.
No,
have
it's a
any
cool
meaning.
line. It was good.
You didn't think it was good?
I mean, it just doesn't make much sense because he's ambushing us in Fjordhelm.
It doesn't matter. Everyone he loves is
Look,
dead.
buddy, what's your fucking deal? You guys just hang out on the road, ambushing people. That's pretty shitty.
Is
Hope
it?
you feel bad about that.
Do you feel bad about killing us?
No, because you guys are shitty.
What makes us bad? Are you angry if a wolf kills a rabbit?
Looks at Fabia.
You really think a wolf would pretend to be hurt so the rabbit would approach him?
Look,
You're a fucking coward. Good riddance.
I look like this, and I feel like in this situation, you're the rabbit.
Yeah.
Get it over with then. Who's the coward now?
Still you. Do it yourself. Scott will just start walking.
Oh wait, she'll
Courtesy?
start chasing after him and be like, wait, we could do the thing that they were saying in town, where you put them upside down in the snow and you pee on them, and then they'll think that's a fucking vampire. Good prank.
I mean, it's a. I'm not sure it's a prank.
Why not?
That's more.
Then
of
people
a-
will be like, holy shit, there's vampires here.
As
It's dark. It's a very dark prank.
they're
I've lived out in
talking-
Fjordhelm a long time, and I've never seen anyone do a prank like that.
I don't mean this as like a slight to you. I'm wondering if you can tell when pranks happen.
The last thing I would think if I saw a body flipped upside down, covered in piss in the snow, is that it's a vampire or a prank. I was thinking a horrible, horrible act occurred here. But if that's what you want to go for, I mean, that's also a functional way to keep bandits from approaching.
It's true. We would probably protect a lot of people on this road if they thought, like, holy shit, there's some masked vigilante putting people upside down in the snow and peeing on them.
How loud are you talking?
On all of them.
Are you guys talking loud? Yeah.
Sure. As this conversation is happening, I mind spike the guy.
Okay, what does he have to roll? Con save?
No. Wisdom.
Wisdom save, okay. 13.
He fails.
You only have 1 hit point, so don't worry about rolling the damage. His head just falls back into the snow.
I don't really say anything.
Eyes bleed, mouth bleeds. You guys, he just dropped down dead with his eyes and mouth bleeding.
Oh, did you do that?
Me?
What was that?
You.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Are you guys gonna have like a long, drawn-out conversation about it? That guy sucked. We killed all of his friends. That's a loose end. I'm not leaving any more loose ends. Look what happened with Marta. She's a fucking loose end. She came back. I'm not doing it anymore. My mom's right.
She's like, the cold, I think, might be getting to her.
What were you guys gonna do? Just let him walk away?
Yes.
Well, first I was going to ask
Put him
if you had
upside
any
down
other
in the
friends.
snow and pee on him.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how.
No, put him upside down and pee on him. Here,
Let me
I'm
tell
gonna
you how.
start trying to like turn him
They'll be
over.
able to tell.
I'm gonna start trying to turn him over. Go. Do you want to pee on him
very
right
heavy.
now?
No, you have to pee on him after.
I'm
you
like,
put him in the snow.
yeah, I'm not actually. I'm just like, you can pee. Like,
She'll dig a little bit and then be like, I don't like digging in snow. This sucks. Let's go. She'll just like start walking.
If anything, you saved a man from being peed on this day.
Honestly, no wonder nobody's fucking heard of you, lot. You never live anyone alive to tell the tale. Boring. Friendly.
loose ends, Scold. Loose ends.
Fucking, you're gonna be a loose end in a minute.
I was Marta's loose end, and now she's dead. So she shouldn't have left loose ends either. And I'm just gonna kind of turn around and like
Walk the opposite way.
gather up my shit. No, just like go find.
Wrong way.
I'm getting Pog.
I'm getting Pog. That's just something weird like that. You just see, like, as you guys gather up your things, heading back northward, the snow starts to drift down, already starting to bury the bodies behind you, blanketing on top of it. You leave the area, heading northward, towards home. It's not long before you can hear in the distance as you hear something is kind of like, you hear growling in the back. Something lured by the bodies. Probably dealing with it itself. You carry on pacing your way through the snow. Across dirted ground, moving now in the hillier countryside of Fjordhelm. The mountains getting closer to you. As the day starts to come to a close and the sun is about to set, you notice Adderward, familiar to you. The giant opaque bubble. You can't see through it, glistening around it to mark home. A defensive barrier. But also the marker to show where it is. Like a giant Learman's tiny hut. Home rests at the base of the mountain, which you can see smoke coming off of the mountain itself. One of the mountains in the distance, one of the peaks. A volcano. And the hot springs found beneath. And on the precipice on the outside of home, as you're about to journey inside, that's where we'll leave tonight's episode. Prior to arriving at a wizard's town.
Dude, I can't wait to break Cadron's door again.
No, he made them really tall.
He made them tall
You have
and
to,
rubber.
Like, make a bigger...
Yeah, well, now he's gonna walk it in sideways instead.
No, I just got he rubber lined it all now, so he's gonna try and stop you from getting any thunder and lightning.
Just bounce off.
He is literally
He's put, like,
made an
cameras up
anti-Adderward.
outside.
Nice. I'm glad I could contribute to the safety of his business because it was a mess out there.
You definitely exposed like a flaw in his.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
It was a
After you
mess.
broke both doors, he decided something needed to be done.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for playing. Episode 70 of Godforged. We will be back next week for 71. Because that's how numbers work.
Hey, I think I see numbers work though.
You guys didn't miss a single hit in that fight. Oh no, you missed one hit in that fight, the entire fight. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that fight. I mean,
And I think it was a nat 1 that missed.
Hey, you guys are strong adventurers now. They're humanoids of this world, especially for Fjordhelm are no match for you anymore. Okay, let's go and do our shout outs. Starting with Mr. Tomato Gaming.
Hey, I stream Tomato on Twitch, man. Easy.
That's true. Yep.
Sick.
You can find him there. Stripping.
Hey, stripping on Twitch.
Before you came, Tomato, he had the perfect little shout. It was rehearsed. It was clean.
What's up, guys? My name's Strippin. I'm a variety streamer. You can find me on my channel every day at 2 p.m. EST at Twitter.tv/Strippin.
I like the other one the more.
What's up?
You bad influence. Breeban couldn't make it out to the episode. She is traveling this week. I think she's back later in the week, so she should be here for next week's episode. But you can find her over at Breeban. I believe she's been playing through the Dark Souls game, so if you want to see her come back and do that, then check her out. Dodger.
Hi, everybody. I'm sometimes here. You can find me at DexBonus on pretty much everything. Drink some coffee and talk about life, and then I play a different game every day. So if you want to come hang out, it's chill time.
Awesome. Shane.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Shane. Apparently, 7 Days to Die Alpha 20 is available to the public, so I'm going to be streaming that. Probably not today, but tomorrow. Because I've been waiting for that forever. So, find me at my channel. I have a whole list of emotes now.
How did you not know?
Yeah.
I thought it was like sign up only for a while. I didn't know they were going to release it.
Damn, man.
Is that much?
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
It's
This is like the biggest update
ever.
Oh,
It's like, yeah, ton of stuff.
Cool.
I've been playing it for like 4 days straight, guys. I hate to say this, but like, you're bad friends right now. That you didn't even know the game. A, the game was out, or B, if it was.
Actually, I did know. I saw you playing it.
You guys are real fans.
I saw you guys
known.
playing it, but I thought you all just got invites.
Dude,
And I was like, damn.
Yeah, they got
I wish
invited.
I got
Thanks,
it too.
Thanks for inviting me and Shane, Sam.
Yeah.
Really cool, dude.
Hey, thanks for asking for an invite, like everybody else.
Fucking
No,
slam.
I emailed them. I sent them the message, but they didn't give me the alpha thing, so I just was waiting.
Damn, man.
Well, it's out. We can all have fun now. Old lady gamer.
Hey, Mole G. Shout out to 7 Days to Die, the game that divides friends and destroys.
Hey, Joe, you want to play it later, just you and me?
Yeah, man.
Wow, dude. Fucking seriously invited around me and Sam, man.
Oh my god, man.
Embarrassing.
Sometimes I tweet stuff. You could go check me out on Twitter, and every once in a while I stream stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for playing. I'm Joe Fudge. You can find me on this channel. I'm probably going to be finishing Halo tomorrow, and then maybe jumping on the new Tarkov stuff this week, because it's got VoIP in now, so I can go around role-playing in Tarkov. And I read homebrews on Tuesdays. You can find my Patreon. A bunch of new stuff's going to be coming out over the next couple of months on the Patreon, so you can sign up there. Otherwise, go and follow all the cast. And next week's episode is going to be the last one before we take a week break for Christmas. And it should be a pretty fun episode. I said to like some of the guys, I was like, slow down the pacing for this episode because I wanted Bree to be here for the next one. And it'll be our last episode of 2021. So it should be a fun one. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you guys for next week. Catch you on then. Is anyone going live right now?
Ugh, no.
Is that a no?
All right, well, go and find whatever stream you guys don't throw up in. And we'll see you for next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.